Welcome to the Dirty Sports Podcast. I am your host, Andy Ruther, coming to you live on this Sunday evening from the Smut Studio in Venice Beach, California, with my co-host, fresh off his birthday, Joey No Chill Prano.
Hello, Andy.
What's going on, buddy?
Not too much. Sunday evening. When's the last time we did a Sunday evening?
We've been doing them lately.
Have we?
Yeah.
I can't keep track.
Yeah.
Well, great to be here.
Got the sirens from the police instantly blaring
Yeah.
when we go live.
4th of July weekend not over. They're probably off to some illegal fireworks activity.
Oh, fireworks are nonstop around here. At what point is it not okay to shoot off a firework?
I think it's illegal 100% of the time.
No, like at what point from just a societal, like how we're judging it, like how long can you shoot them off? Like, are you get a pass today? Today's July 7th.
I actually don't, and I'm not trying to be Captain No Fun here or whatever, but like, I don't think you should be setting off fireworks in the fucking city. Like, if you're a guy who wants to get fireworks, like, go do that shit. Like, put them all out there. Like, what is the end game here for the guy that sets off fireworks like on my block?
Yeah.
Or on Mildred? Like, what?
That's a good point.
You're not doing it for a show. You're not doing it for like a. You're literally doing it so like the neighborhood hears it. That's a bad reason to waste fireworks. I enjoy fireworks. I don't go to like a fireworks show, but like I liked blowing shit up as a kid. But like you do it to blow shit up, or you do it to like cause mayhem, or you do it to put on a show for people. But you don't just do it to like annoy the neighbors, right?
Well,
that's a weird thing.
You bring up a good point, and it's
a waste of fireworks if you ask me.
I tweeted on July 4th that night that I think fireworks in general are boring and overrated.
Yeah, I tend to agree with you.
Like, I don't know, just the thought, it was funny, they do the fireworks here in Marina Del Rey, and after the pool party, a lot of people were hopping on their bicycles to go, and my friend Brad, who was over, we laughed because a bunch of the group said, hey, are you guys going to go see the fireworks? And I was kind of an asshole, and I said it in a condescending manner. I said, I'm an adult. No, I'm not hopping on my bicycle, fighting traffic, like bicycle traffic, with car traffic.
When's the last great, like, fireworks, like, update? When they started doing, like, smiley faces 20 years ago?
But that's what I'm saying.
Like, when they start putting fucking words and shit in the sky, like, I'm in.
Like, people were like, oh, Dodgers, Friday games in the summer.
Like, I've seen it, though.
That's what I'm saying. Fireworks show. I'm going to sit in the stadium after the game for the fireworks.
Yeah. I mean, I'm a fireworks. When they start doing, like, Kawhi's face.
Yeah.
Now I'm like, okay, L.A. got Kawhi. They're doing Kawhi's face. Okay. But, like, the smiling face, the fucking – I've seen every type of firework now.
Yeah.
Now, if you're going to do it to, like, blow some shit up, or you're going to do it like you're going to put on a show in your backyard for, like, the neighborhood kids, okay. But, like, to set it off down outside my fucking apartment.
It's a safety hazard.
I'm not a fucking safety hazard. It's just, like, seems like a waste to me.
Yeah.
Give that to a kid. Let him blow up a mailbox. Right? Causing mayhem with that shit. You're just causing noise.
Yeah. Let's bring in our intern.
Old White Claw.
White Claw twerks with wolves. What does he have to say about this? Actually, I think we need to have a little pep talk, Aaron. I think maybe.
Oh, we're bringing. Oh, well, look at that.
Join.
You were just talking about getting rid of the couch, and now we're already inviting a guest in. Suddenly, we need the couch again.
Well, just be careful. Take your time. You're gonna need your microphone, Aaron. What is he doing?
He left his shoes over there and his microphone.
All right, just be careful.
His self-respect.
I hope this works. I hope the sound, the thing. I know there's a lot of wires going on here. Grab a seat, Aaron. You made it to the big couch today. How are you?
The big couch.
I'm doing good. I'm doing good, gentlemen. Feeling
getting rid of
good.
the couch,
Fully
and now we're
recovered
already
from
inviting a guest in.
my
Need the couch
4th
again.
of July
Well, just be
holiday.
careful, take your time.
That I had a great
You're gonna
time
need
with
your
the guys here in
microphone, Aaron.
Savage Town playing some
What
pool
is he
volleyball.
doing?
Left his shoes over there and his microphone.
Showing off
All
my
right, just be
athleticism and
careful.
whatnot.
Self-respect.
And
I hope this works.
yeah, it was a great time.
I hope
We
the
met
sound-
your lovely
I know,
girlfriend.
There's a lot of wires.
Oh yeah, she had a great time
Grab
also.
a
She
seat,
said
Aaron.
thanks
Made it
for
to the big
letting us
couch
come by
today.
and hang
How are
out
you?
and
Big couch.
Now,
Enjoy our
let's
time.
just get to it. How
feeling
much
good,
of July
fully
4th
recovered
do you
from,
actually remember?
My enough of it to know that I had a great time with you guys here in Savage
Okay,
Town. But my cutoff actually is probably right around when I started getting ready to leave this place, which I'm not sure what time that was, but before I left, I just barely remember getting out of my Uber.
She had a great time also.
And
She
then-
said, thanks
and
for
then
letting us come by.
Well,
Do you remember me leaving?
Now,
Enjoy our time.
very vaguely, like I remember like having the thought like
4 p.m.
I remember having the thought like later Joe, and like I remember thinking that and in my head thinking, oh man, Joe's leaving. But and then my cutoff actually, I could not tell you right around that I remember seeing you actually walk out. I'm not sure what time that was, but before I left,
so you
I just barely remember.
would you have been drinking White Claw, your go-to, before you came
Do you remember me
to
leaving?
Savage Town? You brought
Very
a lot
vaguely,
of
like, I
Corona,
remember,
thank you.
like, having the
but,
thought,
he
like,
brought
4
something
p.m.
else, Joe.
I remember having the
I'm talking
thought
about
like
illegal fireworks. This was
later
his
Joe,
little
and, like,
illegal
I remember thinking that
fireworks
and in my head thinking,
to Savage Town.
but then my
You
cutoff-
brought the thing full of
I
liquor.
could not tell you. Oh yeah, I did. I snuck that in here.
What was it in? It was in like
It was in like a Costco sparkling water bottle,
would you
just a
have been
little
drinking White
extra
Claw?
ammunition.
you went
Yeah.
like before
You just had some
came.
vodka in there, right?
Yeah,
I did. Yeah, I did.
and that's
That
what
was the thing. That was
Corona,
I was here, and at one
He brought
point,
something else.
Twerks goes,
Talking about illegal fireworks.
shot o'clock,
This is his little illegal
and
fireworks.
and so I take a
Savage
shot, and then
Brought the
it was
thing full
almost
of,
like he had
liquor.
short-term memory loss. It
Oh
must
yeah,
have
I
been.
did. I snuck that in
It was
here.
less than 3
What was
minutes
it in?
later.
It was in like
You're like,
It was
shot
in,
o'clock, and I was like,
a
does he
Costco
not remember
sparkling
that
water,
we just did a
water
shot?
bottle.
So I
Just
took
a
like
little
4
extra
shots with you
ammunition.
right before I walked out of here, and that's when I was like, well,
yeah.
I did.
I
Yeah,
have
did.
some other
That was the
thing. Business to attend to this afternoon. But here, boy, at if he's going to be doing shot o'clock every 90 seconds, he's not going to last very long.
I mean, I'll admit.
Hold on, let me hop in here.
Yeah,
I guess
yeah.
we're having a bad
And
feedback.
then
I knew
it
this
was
might
almost
happen.
like he had
With
short-term memory loss.
you,
It must
yeah,
have
I
been.
did.
with you
Less than
moving
3
over
minutes
something.
You're
I
like,
don't know. The
shot
chords, I
o'clock.
was worried because we've had
Does he not remember
issues
that
with
we
this.
just did a shot? So I took like 4 shots with you right before I walked out of here, and that's
Yeah,
when I
but
was
then
like,
you'd
well,
hear it's
I have some
connected.
other
So
business to attend to this afternoon.
I have
But
this
boy,
plugged in for
if
the
he's gonna be
calls.
doing shot
You would
o'clock
hear,
every
you know,
90
it's gonna
seconds,
fuck
he's
everything
not
up.
gonna last
Here's what
very
we're gonna
long.
do. Have
mean,
you
I'll admit-
hold on,
Go
back
back
over
over
there?
there.
Having a
Yeah.
bad feedback. See if that
Get
helps.
back to your fucking seat.
I don't know if that's gonna help anything. Over something. Because it might be picking up on all, some of this shit. I don't fucking know. I'm not a tech guy.
So I took like 4 shots with Tech you right guy. before You I don't have to walked out of here, fucking and that's
Yeah,
when I
but
was
then you'd hear
be
it's
it.
connected.
Create
so.
apps.
But what I want to
have
get
this
to
plugged in for the calls.
is
You would hear,
the big question I have in my mind, Aaron. I don't know if you remember
you-
this.
Hold on,
Go back over there.
We're decidedly on different
Get
sides
back
of the fence here.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's gonna help anything. Do you have sex in my apartment? Because it might be picking up.
No,
on
no, no, no.
Aaron, I won't care if you did.
By the way, just for the record, I've had sex multiple times in your apartment, I believe.
Multiple?
At least once I've
But
had
what I
sex.
want to
in
get
here.
to.
I definitely don't remember having sex in
And
here.
by the way, it was a very similar situation. Pool party, we came up and we smashed. And we went back down to the pool party.
Okay.
how's my audio?
Do you have sex in my apartment?
Okay,
'Cause it might be
okay.
picking
No.
up.
No. I definitely don't remember
Aaron, I
having
won't
sex
care if
in
you
the
did.
apartment.
By the way, just for the record,
And I'm positive that I probably pitched the idea to my girlfriend when I was up here, but I'm pretty sure she would have shut it down out of probably nervousness,
fear of
getting
somebody
caught.
walking in.
Yeah, and also for the fact that she's like, this is my first time here and first time hanging out with the guys. I can't make this impression. So I'm sure we didn't, and I would have been very, very stoked if we did. So that's actually unfortunate. I wish this was more of a scandal than me shutting it down. But yeah, I don't remember that.
So, by the way, the audio
my-
has been fixed.
Okay.
So
See,
there.
my theory was that you guys have been together for a while.
Yeah.
I mean, you were drinking and you're young at heart, but you also live together. It's not like there's any lack of opportunity for you guys to have sex, unless you're like one of those people who are just like, we like doing it in new places.
Wait.
We're gonna fuck at Ruthers.
There's a lot of things I need to address here. You've had sex multiple times in my apartment.
Well, I know for sure one,
I knew that time.
and then I'm thinking.
I
if
think
there-
that was over this couch, by the way.
Yeah, I think I was. Yeah. I'm just trying to think. I think we're thinking of the same person. So I think I know for sure I know for sure of one. That's why I'm saying at least one.
Well, Okay. By the way, it doesn't bother me. Just so everybody knows here.
I mean,
That's
it's,
why
on,
I was
it's,
trying to give him.
it's definitely on my to-do list.
I am
now.
on a team.
Like,
I am a team player when it comes to people engaging in sexual activity in my apartment. The only requirement, just don't leave a mess. You know, a lot of people have issues with it. But here's the thing, though, Aaron. You were gone for now Joe's manager, Randy, and I both thought you guys were having sex because you and your lady were gone for a good 20 to 25 minutes up here. What was happening in that? Now, was somebody taking a dump? It's fine.
I don't
You don't
remember that
remember?
either. No, I
You don't remember at all.
no.
I
'cause-
also think that
'cause-
might be an exaggeration. 25 minutes. He wasn't gone for 25 minutes.
Text your manager. I bet she will confirm. I was sober too. Now I was.
Also, they were drunk. See, they were drunk. There's elevators. There's different hallways. He can't find this place when he's sober coming in.
Good point.
I'm like,
good
they
point.
probably went
That's a
down the
very good
wrong
point.
hallway. They probably fucking went to the wrong floor. Next thing you know, they get here. Somebody's got to go to the bathroom. They're pouring a cocktail.
I mean, we might have gotten lost. All I can say is that day, as promised, I woke up, started crushing White Claws, and right away my girlfriend hit me with, "Should we take a shot?" And I was 2 shots deep before I even got ready for the day or got dressed, and then my day just continued from that moment till we were, drinking.
No, that's
vodka.
fine, but
Yeah.
I think there's this 20-minute time gap. It's like an
Ruther
episode.
really wants you to have had sex in here.
Can I be honest? I kind of do. I'm a little disappointed.
I'm disappointed in myself
I
right now.
did do. Although I kind of had a panic attack a little today because I washed my sheets and my comforter today, and I was like, dude, if he did fuck on my bed,
Who would do that?
I don't know. And then I didn't wash him the last 2 days, 3 days.
I love that we're both having panic attacks about Aaron. I got 2 stoned that night. I had a panic attack that he drove home.
Yeah,
I was
what's
like,
up?
oh, God. I literally woke up in the middle of the night. I was like, oh, God, how did Aaron get home? Because I felt like you were like busy. You had a lot of moving parts over here. There was a lot of volleyball being played. And then I was like, oh, man, I hope that kid didn't drive home. And then I remembered when you told me, obviously, that he Ubered. I was like, okay, thank God.
Well, so here's the deal. Just to refresh your memory.
a lot of people worried about old White Claw over there.
Yeah, a lot of people were worried.
Old Red Claw. We're calling him Red Claw because he's a Native American. He loves White Claw.
And we all know, I mean, nothing against your people. Your people can't handle liquor that well.
Yeah.
Like, that's
That's why
kind
they
of
took it away from you guys.
it's kind of a known fact. Like, so here's the deal, though. I was playing pool volleyball. Again, everybody's drinking but me. Now, I'm under the influence of some cannabis, but, that's not too bad. I look over and I see you standing but not really standing. It's like,
We've all done that.
exactly. We've all been there many times. So I'm the only one to notice, like, okay, intern Aaron's probably got to get out of here because, you're a little fucked up. Also, babysitting duties. I'm too big into pool volleyball to be handling that. And you and your lady were both a little fucked up. So, but here's what I like about Aaron. I learned this quickly. Aaron gets it. There's people who don't get it.
Yeah. You weren't a guy who got it back
No,
in the day.
never.
Yeah.
So I'm saying, I basically said, so what's the deal, Aaron? I literally said, what's the deal? I didn't have to say, maybe you should go. He's like, yeah, we're going to get leaving soon. Like, me just saying, what's the deal, Aaron, was like, yeah, I'm lit. And it was funny because you probably don't remember this. I said, I'm going to get an Uber. And I said, you want me to order one for you? You said, no, I got it. And then I said, you want me to walk you out to my street? And you said, no, I got it. And I go, I don't know about that. And then you realize a minute later, I have no clue how to get to the street. So
No, I didn't. I got lost. Oh, no.
So I walked you out to Mildred. And I'm just lucky that, like, a homeless person didn't attack him.
And then he lost his phone.
And then
he
you
left
lost
his
your
phone
phone.
in an Uber.
Yeah.
What happened?
So I got out of the car. I remember getting into my place, and then I just looked at my girlfriend. And I go, I lost my phone, and she goes, "Where is it?" And I was like, "It's gone now. It's in the Uber." And then she's like, "Well, let's call and go get it." And I just gave up at that point. And I think I was too gone to really care enough at that time, and I was just like, "Get me out of this. I don't care."
Classic drunk move.
but
Been there before.
And then, the problem was I couldn't get a hold of the Uber the next day or meet up with him, so I was unplugged from that time until about 1:30 p.m. today.
It's pretty awesome. What's that like? So no phone from July 4th until 1:30 today. So we're talking, almost 3 full days.
I mean, it actually wasn't bad. I was pretty busy. I mean, I was in Disneyland all
Was he
day
worried
yesterday.
about at DS interns? What was happening?
Yeah. But when I got my
go from
phone
a
back,
laptop.
yeah, I had a couple messages I could use from the laptop, but I mean, I was gone for so long that it was just like I didn't know what was going on, and then I was like, man, this is like, I actually was at
Freeing.
Disneyland, yeah, for the fireworks show, which actually was a cool fireworks show because they had all the movies and everything,
do
and it was all
Mickey
this
Mouse
nostalgia,
heads.
you know, and I was like, here I am, just a guy, just living in the moment.
Do they
not
do
a
at the
phone in
Disney?
sight.
Remember in the old DVD covers they would have like subliminal dildos? Do they do like subliminal dildos in the fireworks?
I don't know, I didn't see. I mean, I didn't notice any, but
Okay.
subliminally, I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe. So, but it wasn't bad. I'm glad I have my phone back. The first thing I saw was that video of you guys sent me of Alex Morgan, which I was not prepared for.
Yeah. We'll get to that later.
Yeah.
We can get to it now if we want.
I don't know what video you speak of.
She's twerking. The women's team had a little fiesta. They're
A post-win celebration.
She's going nuts, twerking, shaking her ass. A lot of partying. As they should. They just won the World Cup. And
Now, I didn't see a lot of Andy Ruther or Dirty Sports tweets this morning at 8 a.m. during the Women's World Cup. Usually, a big event like that, the Grammys, the Emmys, the Super Bowl, Ruther hits it hard from all the angles, all the accounts. I didn't see anything go on. Did you watch the Women's Championship Finals game today, Andy?
full confession, I didn't. Here's what happened. We had an amazing Joe Prano birthday 11/11 show last night at Andy Lazarus's pad.
Yep, the Laslair.
The last layer, and it's always a fucking good time.
Yeah.
I mean, this
Yeah.
guy,
He outdid himself last night. He got window burgers.
and he
Yeah.
ordered 8 large pizzas from Abbott's Pizza, tons of liquor.
Do you still have that pizza, or do you crush it already?
Oh, I got a bunch of pizza left. Yeah,
Nice.
so you can have some after the show. So he did it up,
Yeah.
and it was a fun show. You came out hot. I like you set the tone.
Oh, with the pre-show,
Yeah.
pre-show ramble.
You set the tone for the audience.
One good racial joke in there.
Dude, you set the tone hot with the racial joke. I was like, oh, it's gonna be one of those shows. It's your birthday. You can do what
Yeah,
you want.
exactly.
I like how you handled that. And it was a fun show. A bunch of our comedian friends were there. A couple dirtballs were there.
Yep.
And
Shout out to
Tommy.
Crazy Tommy, and what's his name? Fucking Pedotti.
but Pedotti doesn't listen to the show anymore.
Right.
He kept making that clear.
Yeah.
Even though he said he listened to half the interview with Barry McCockner in the
He
drive up
listens when
there.
he gets mentioned. How he knows he gets mentioned, we'll never know.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
There is no was Pedotti mentioned, like there's was Tug mentioned.
Yeah.
Tug was mentioned.
So it was a fun show.
So he just happens to tune in when he gets mentioned. It's wild.
And
He just has a sixth sense about these things.
it's wild. I don't know why he was letting everybody know that he does not listen.
Yeah.
The mayor was there.
The mayor, yeah.
And former guest of the show, David Zucker,
Yeah,
made an appearance.
That was a legendary appearance.
Yeah.
The director of Airplane and Naked Gun at the Laslair.
It's so many.
Yeah.
But by the way, I went down his IMDb again today because I was like, "Wow, this guy's done so much." I did ask him. I said,
You see how I mixed in an OJ joke for him? Did you like that?
"Oh yeah, oh yeah." Oh, were you there when I asked him about OJ? David Zucker. So I got to talk to him about OJ.
You're like, did you have sex with OJ in my apartment? He's like, where is this coming from?
I said, David, have you seen OJ's Twitter? He's like, yeah, no, not really, but I'm hearing things about it. I said, have you guys hanging out? Like he's out of jail now? He's like, no, I don't hang out with OJ. I'm like just saying. Hang out with he goes, he committed double murder. I'm like, I know. I'm aware. Gotta hang out with the juice.
Allegedly.
He did a podcast, by the way.
OJ did?
OJ did. I saw on his Twitter.
The If I Did It podcast. It's like Serial, but he just tells the story about his own murder. And then he goes, allegedly, at the end of every episode. He's
Well-
like, then I got in my car and I drove over there and I decapitated my ex-wife and her boyfriend. And now SeatGeek. SeatGeek, the number one place to get USC tickets. SeatGeek, go see the Trojans. And then, allegedly.
Oh, my goodness. Well, let's get back to the original point. I did not wake up
If I
to
was
the.
going to use a razor blade to kill my ex-wife and a waiter,
Don't do
I'd
it.
definitely use that 5th trimmer blade.
Don't do it, Prano.
Extra sharp.
Don't do it. I was out way late. I couldn't stop laughing. Laz was on shrooms.
Sell out your boy, why don't you?
Well, whatever.
Sure. Yeah, I don't think he cares.
As if he cares.
I mean, God, imagine he gets fired.
He was feeling good. I was feeling effects of the old vape pen, and I stayed till past 3. We could not stop laughing. At that point, there was only 5 of us, and we were just laughing on his patio. And one thing that was brought up again is Arizona. He is still denying that he flooded the Airbnb.
Wow. OJ's still looking for the real
Yeah.
killers.
So
you
that was a whole discussion. By the way, I do want to mention Laz is insistent on coming on Dirty Sports to defend himself.
Did he hint at all about his stance on what happened during Game 6?
He's given nothing.
He just says he wants to come talk about how we talked about his reaction to Game 6.
He said that we have,
disparaged him.
and we've twisted the facts around. Both
Okay.
you and I are making false claims.
Okay.
And
Well, we'll have him on.
I've
No
told
one's
him.
trying to make false claims.
I told him. And we actually also made a bet last night. There was a lot of things happening. We made a $100 bet. We shook hands on it.
On what?
I said Steph Curry will never win another ring unless he's playing with Kevin Durant.
Wow. I'm not sure who I like in that. I probably like Laz, honestly. Just because a lot of,
Yeah.
Look at how long Ray Allen was just able to be a shooter.
True. It's a
you
good
know?
point. It was a very impulsive bet, and then he shamed me for leaving the Bengals. There was lots going on.
Yeah.
Just shamed me. But back to your original point. I just slept in, plain and simple. World Cup started at 8. I went to bed at 4. I woke up at 9:30. I saw they were up 2-0. I said, okay, they won. Went back to sleep. Slept until 11 today.
Red Claw. Did you watch the Women's World Cup final today?
No, I didn't. I was so upset about it. I actually,
In case anybody's
unfortunately-
wondering why the women don't get paid what the men get paid.
I know. Biggest fan over here. No, I had to stop some stuff to take care of this morning. I had to go into work and whatnot, so I didn't get to see it, nor the celebration.
Well, here's another reason. I know they have a lawsuit, and I don't know the legality of how that's going to play out for equal pay, but I saw a number today which kind of blows away why they don't get paid, even though the U.S. men's team is a disgrace, and as I tweeted out tonight, should be deported themselves. Get rid of the U.S. men's team. Just end it. Contraction. Get rid of the United States men's team. They're terrible. No one cares. I watched the second half of that game tonight. It was in Chicago. 90% Mexicans there. So Americans clearly don't care either.
Yeah, spoiler, the Latin countries care an awful lot about soccer.
But here's a quick stat for you that I saw on Wikipedia. The 2015 Women's World Cup generated $73 million. The 2018 Men's World Cup generated $6.1 billion.
Yeah.
So for anybody talking about equal pay, $73 million versus $6.1 billion.
Yeah, I actually saw a tweet about it as well today. That maybe Red Claw can find it during the show at some point. But there was a tweet that broke down how much the Women's World Cup makes as compared to the Men's World Cup, like you said. What percentage of that the U.S. men's team got versus what percentage of that the U.S. women's team got, and then what percentage the U.S. men's team would have received had they won, which they never will, versus what the women would. And basically what it comes down to is that the U.S. women's team actually takes a higher percentage of the revenue than the men take.
As they should, because they're actually good.
Right. But it kind of proves the point again, like, I don't give a single fuck what FIBA or FIFA or whatever the fucking governing body of soccer. I could not care less about soccer in all forms, men's, women's, trans. Is there a trans World Cup? Does that happen on the odd years? I don't care about it at all. You guys didn't watch it again.
The Trans Cup has a very nice
Yeah.
ring to it, by the way.
I don't give a single fuck. But
They play that in Thailand, right?
like the woke conversations that we always have to have.
Is anybody getting that? A lot
Yeah.
of lady boys in Thailand. Okay, anyway.
The woke conversation that we have to have is just like this isn't a sexism issue.
Yeah, it's not. Well, it's
It's
not
a
a woke.
financial issue.
It's not a woke conversation. It's a legal.
But
No, I'm
look,
sorry, not
at,
illegal.
but
It's a
look at the way
capitalistic-
people tweet about it. Look at the
They're
women
just
tweet-
ignorant. They're
Right.
ignorant.
But they're not because they know the facts and they disregard them anyway.
Flat earthers. It's like saying Scarlett Johansson shouldn't make $20 million versus she gets paid that salary because
Well, that it's a great example. Like everybody wanted that movie that Scarlett Johansson was going to be a trans in to get shut down because why should a female actress get to play a transgender role? And they did shut it down. And guess what? No one knows the name of that movie, and no one will ever see that movie because there's not a single trans actor that fucking draws at the box office. So that movie will either never get made or if it does, never get seen.
well, it'll get seen at the Trans Cup in 2050
Yeah.
in Thailand.
But it's just not a woke fucking issue. It's just
That's what we should do.
issue.
I kind of like this idea. We should start our own. It'd be very woke of us. Our own Trans Cup.
Is this for soccer?
Yes.
Still don't care about soccer.
For that reason, I'm out.
I'm out.
Okay. All right. I feel you.
So I guess we're not doing a heavy Women's World Cup. Guess what, guys? For all the shit I have talked about you, I'm the only person who even fucking turned on the World Cup this morning. It was on before I watched the countdown to the game. I watched opening kickoff, and then I fell asleep because I was like, soccer still sucks. And I woke up, and they were down 2-0. They were up 2-0, and I was like, well, I made an effort.
What is wild though is the excuses that I still see from the U.S. men's supporters. You talk about flat earthers. Like again, I watched the second half tonight, and they just suck. Like anybody trying to defend this, when the World Cup came to the States in '94, it's 25 years ago. Like they just haven't gotten better, and like I was just mocking the men's team tonight on Twitter, and somebody came at me like, "Well, the women's World Cup has only been around since '91."
This is not.
But what is that? I don't even know. I didn't even mention the women.
But again, this doesn't have anything. People always try to take the wrong angle. Oh, men's soccer is growing. Blah blah blah. It's like, here's the deal. If you're an athlete, if you're a male athlete in the United States of America, and this is what's important, in the United States of America, you have 20 sports that are potentially more lucrative to you than being good at soccer. You've got baseball. You've got basketball. You've got football. You've got hockey. You've got NASCAR. You've got UFC fighting. You've got golf. You've got tennis. You've got all of these things that you've got esports gaming. You've got like whatever. Like if you're in England, you see how big the Premier League is, and you're like, oh, if I'm going to be an athlete here and I'm going to get discovered, super easy to get discovered doing that, as opposed to being like a great English basketball player or a great Brazilian whatever. You know what I mean? Here, it's just that much lower on the hierarchy of importance, and most importantly, from a financial standpoint. So you're not going to fucking grow up and train when the things that are put in front of you the most as being important are other sports, from ESPN to Twitter to your parents to high school. Like, find me the state that has a care for soccer like Texas has about football. Show me the state where high school soccer is as important as high school baseball is in Florida.
Here's the thing.
Show me the state where like it's as important as Connecticut lacrosse.
Soccer is growing it is more prevalent. They have bigger TV deals now, national TV deals. That's all true. It actually is growing from that perspective, but there's zero results.
Because the best athletes are still going to do something else.
Exactly.
So you're drawing from a pool of women that are all the best athletes in America. And you're drawing from the pool of men that are the best athletes that aren't good at baseball, basketball, football, hockey, tennis, golf, esports, NASCAR. I mean, that's just a simple that's just like a simple fact.
Yeah.
That's how it works.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Like, why are there so many great American comedians and not as many great
Brazilian
comedians? Because the majority of the comedy that's put out in the world is put out in English. So now the Brazilian comedians that you know are the ones that speak English and do comedy.
Yeah.
You know? Like, it's just you're just drawing from a smaller pool of people.
Yeah. And at this point, all I can do is just make fun of the men's team. The women's team actually wins. And
No one thinks that the United States of America doesn't have the best athletes in the world, right?
I wouldn't think.
Look at what happens in the Olympics. Look at what happens in, look at just like all the major sports.
You want to hear something crazy? I'll talk about the U.S. versus the world in sports. I was watching Summer League tonight, NBA Summer League, and they were talking about how many strides, how much strides the international community has made with players, because they have, without a doubt. But Mark Jones, I believe he's actually Canadian himself. Mark Jones, it was Mark Jones and Doris Burke were announcing, and he said, well, that may be true. He goes, the last two big championships, or like last two, I don't know if it was Olympics or World Championships and Olympics. He goes, the U.S. won the championship game by 30 and 36 points. He's like, they're making strides. We're talking about the championship games. The U.S. is still winning by 30-plus points.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of factors in it.
Yeah.
Obviously, we're a superpower. We have a lot of the best training, and we have a lot of the best whatever. And, you can't take out of the fact that there is, from people immigrating over, and also like the history of like slavery or whatever, we have an African base here in the United States. Obviously, we have a ton of great African American athletes, but you combine basically the pool of different ethnic backgrounds and different styles of sport and everything here in America, add on to that the training, all like that's why America can dominate, because you look at our basketball team, like our Olympic basketball team, doesn't look anything like our Olympic rowing team, doesn't look anything like our Olympic, soccer team. Look at other countries. Like, look at, if you look at the Japanese soccer team and the Japanese basketball team, it's like, it's a bunch of Japanese people. You know what I mean? So, like, the thing with U.S. soccer is we have the ability. It's just that soccer's not drawing the best athletes, plain and simple.
Yeah.
Odell Beckham was a junior national football player and was deciding between, soccer player and football, and he chose football.
Yeah. No, you're right. And until that part changes, it's not going to change the outcome of the men's team. And again, that is the difference between the men's and the women's. I might actually go to an LAFC game, though, with Shaboring. Tug is out. Can't do it. So it might be down to me and Shaboring. And I'm going to be getting those tickets on SeatGeek. I'm excited, Prano, to go see a game.
Yeah, you should be. Shaboring's a big fan. I think he even gets there on time for it.
Really?
That's what I've heard.
Very un-LA-like.
Yeah.
Guys, what I like about SeatGeek before I go to the game is I've never been to the stadium. I've never been to their stadium. But what's great, Joe, is I can open the app. I can see exactly where I'm going to sit. It's color coordinated. So I have a feel before I even enter the stadium of where I'm going to sit. Guys, best of all, SeatGeek will give you $10 off on your first purchase. All you need to do is use our promo code. So download the SeatGeek app and use promo code DIRTY today for $10 off on your first purchase. That's promo code DIRTY for $10 off on your first purchase. And I got a tweet today about a DirtBall using SeatGeek. And again, if you send me a screenshot using SeatGeek, I will send you a couple of our new navy blue Dirty Sports koozies.
Wow.
Yeah. Now the mayor's lady had an idea about koozies. I don't know if you heard this the other day. She's like, I like your koozies. You've changed colors, but what about a koozie? And I don't know how this would work financially because it might cost more. Of a caricature of you and Joe.
I mean, if you could do like an outline, like a stencil,
Yeah.
in one color, I don't see why it wouldn't be similarly priced. Let's do it. Next batch.
Yeah.
We'll talk to our design team.
Well, we should. You man in the comments over there, Twerks?
Old Red Claw.
You doing all right over there?
Yeah, I was checking out the comments. I just want to give a shout out to a couple of donations we got tonight.
Okay.
First one is from Fat Jason Kidd. Shout out. Next one is from Matthew Olston. So yeah.
I want to
appreciate
read. My condolences for Matthew. I want to read what he wrote.
Okay.
Shout out to the other Canadian dirtballs mourning the loss of our Lord and Savior Kawhi Leonard. That is a perfect segue. Thank you, Matthew. To talk a little NBA.
Now, we talked about this possibility prior to them actually winning. We talked about what if they win and what if he leaves. And this goes back to a great question. Like, well, first of all, is Kawhi the greatest Raptor of all time?
Who else is on that list? Vince Carter?
Vince Carter, David Stoudemire, maybe because he was like first. Lowry, McGrady, it'd be Carter over McGrady. I don't know, Fred Van Vliet. Like, that's what I'm asking.
Yeah. Yeah, he's the greatest. I'm gonna just do it. I'm gonna say it.
Do the Raptors? They're not going to retire Kawhi's number,
No.
but they probably should.
It's just a weird situation.
Is it?
I think it's weird.
What's weird about it? That he won a championship and left anyway?
Yeah, I just
Fucking Canada, man.
I know I don't like it though. I would have liked to seen him stay, and that's fine. You know, he's from the LA area, so he can leave. But I don't know. I don't know, man.
I almost like it more from a personal legacy standpoint because he's almost proving how great he is by being like, oh, I was, a not really a high profile draftee. I ended up on the Spurs. I ended up getting the MVP for the Finals MVP, even though I'm on a team with probably. I'm going to go ahead and say definitely 3 Hall of Famers that were on that team with him. And then it was kind of like, oh, he's a low-key MVP, but, was he the best player? And then as those guys start to retire and fall off, he becomes the best player on the team, but then he leaves. He immediately goes to another team in the Raptors, win 1 year, and now goes to another team. If he delivers a championship to the Clippers, even if it's one, the Clippers are the Knicks of the West Coast. If he delivers a single championship to the Clippers, his legacy is that's a trifecta of. I did it with the Spurs, who obviously a lot of guys have gotten rings with the Spurs because he was a piece of he was a cog in the machine.
Yeah.
And then he went, no, I'm not. I'm a premier player. And you go back and you look at it Kawhi. People weren't freaking out needing Kawhi when he was trying to get out of his Spurs deal and get moved.
Yeah.
If they had been, he wouldn't have ended up on Toronto. They got him for DeMar DeRozan, and, this wasn't a super, this wasn't a blockbuster deal at the time. Now he goes into free agency as the #1 coveted thing, which, by the way he handled free agency just it had a ripple effect through basketball. Just on the Lakers alone, the Lakers were waiting. The Lakers didn't sign guys because they thought they were getting Kawhi, and that's going to change the Lakers season next year.
Yeah. Really, really interesting how it played out. Almost like a TV show.
Yeah.
I felt.
Well, I think what happened in the end, and it's pretty much all but confirmed at this point, is there was always the option of going back to the defending champion Toronto Raptors, right? So that's like his true safety net. That was like the school that is his safety school, if you will. Then he wants to come to Southern California, and it seemed like, and again, people were saying this the whole year. And I know Sam Tripoli came at me saying I was like a garbage person or something like that. I predicted Kawhi to the Clippers when I had DirtBall slide into my DMs and go like, "Where are you going?" I'm like, "I think he's going to the Clippers." 'Cause everybody's saying he's going to the Clippers. But then,
when did you say? You never said that on the show, though.
because when we started talking about it after free agency starts to roll, is the Clippers have made no moves. So why is he leaving Toronto to go to a team that is not upgraded? It was always, Kevin Durant and Kawhi and so-and-so and Kawhi and this and Kawhi. They didn't even sign some of the second-tier free agents. So why is Kawhi joining? And that's why the Lakers were in the mix, because they had a team in LeBron and they have Anthony Davis and they're in Southern California in the building that supposedly everybody's been saying for a year he wants to play in. And that's how it happens is, if you guys get me this other star, then I'm going to come here. And that's what happened. They mortgaged their future they mortgaged the shit out of their future to get Paul George to come, and Kawhi ended up where he said he was going to end up. Where everybody said he was going to end up from the beginning. So, but it also got to the point in free agency, it was like, why would Kawhi go to the Clippers? If the Lakers have Anthony Davis and LeBron and the Bucks are staying put and, this team's loading up and the Nets are loading up and everybody's loading up, like, why would he go to the Clippers? He's putting himself in a position where he can't win. And the answer is because he was trying to get the other star to go with him.
I hate it. I absolutely hate it.
Why do you hate it?
Because it's the fucking Clippers.
Right.
And I'm just gonna say this, and I'm a huge fan of Kawhi. Dude, you went to the Cleveland Browns of the NBA. And you know what? People say, oh, culture can change. And it can. And this could be the start of that. But I'll tell you what.
Well, I think it started already, to be totally honest with you.
Well, Lob City didn't do shit.
But that was Donald Sterling. I think the culture change in L.A. in the Clippers is when Donald Sterling left. I think that was the culture change.
It's the Clippers. At the end of the day, they've never even made it to the Western Conference Finals. And that's why I don't care what anybody says. I don't care what Vegas says. You want to talk about the Ruther curse? I'm going to put it out there right fucking now. They will not make the NBA Finals as long as they're the Clippers. They're a joke. No one in this town still cares about them. I don't care that they have Paul George. Everyone's like, oh, man. Like Aaron was actually saying before the show, tickets are going to, because ironically, I've been to more Clippers than Lakers games since I've lived here because, it's just way cheaper.
But people having, L.A. not caring doesn't have any effect on them as an organization whatsoever.
I think it does, ultimately.
Well, people care about the Lakers, and they sell out their games all the fucking time. And people, the Madison Square Garden has been selling out for my entire lifetime. Doesn't seem to help the Lakers unless they have fucking Shaquille O'Neal or Pau Gasol.
But let me put it this way,
Doesn't seem to help the Knicks unless fucking they have Patrick Ewing.
You're Kawhi Leonard. You're Paul George. You're any of these Clippers players. You show up to work at Staples Center.
It's not like it's empty there, though.
No, I know. But I'm just psychologically. You show up to work at Staples Center. There's statues outside Staples Center. It's all Lakers, dude. It's Kareem. It's Jerry West. It's Magic Johnson. It's Shaq. There's not a single Clipper statue outside of where you play. You see all the banners. It's all the Lakers championships.
But
all the Lakers retired jerseys.
Couldn't you argue? Well, first of all the jerseys and all the Lakers shit is covered when the Clippers play there.
I know it's covered.
But the statues, couldn't you argue that would be inspiration?
You could. You could argue that.
Also, aren't the Clippers leaving?
They're trying to leave. They're trying to get a new
Sports
stadium
Forum or whatever,
where next to the Rams, where the Rams are playing
Yeah.
in Inglewood. They're trying to get a new stadium for themselves, and that's fine, and they should. Ballmer has the money to pay for it. He's a billionaire, but I don't know, man. I'm scratching my head. I'm thinking you either go to the Lakers with their rich history. LeBron's got a couple more years maybe playing at this level. You take over, the baton to be the next great Los Angeles Laker, or you go to the fucking Clippers. No one gives a shit about the Clippers. No one. They're a joke.
But while I agree with you in L.A., like the Clippers are never going to be the first story, the lead story. The same way, no matter how good the Mets are, they're never going to be the lead story in New York. No matter how good the Jets are, they're never going to be the lead story in New York. That's just the way it goes with the teams that have more of a winning history, that were there before them. That were there,
but I get that.
I just don't think that has any effect whatsoever on them winning.
That's fine, but I don't even like those comparisons, to be honest. I don't like the Jets, the Clippers, or the Mets. Dude, the Clippers have never made it to a Western Conference final, ever. Ever. They're the Browns. People can deny this all the way. They are the Cleveland Browns of the NBA. They are.
But, the Philadelphia Eagles of the NFL, they never won it. Like, then they do. It happens.
They were still making NFC championships under Donovan McNabb. They still made a Super Bowl. I'm just, dude.
But you're talking about a culture change. Meanwhile, you've got a new owner. You got Jerry West, who I repeat,
he's great.
Is undefeated.
He's amazing.
He's done it again. Now you've got
Best
Kawhi
GM
Leonard
ever.
and Paul George. Like, I don't know how much more you want their culture to change. The jerseys are different. They're going to get a new building. Like, what do you want them to do? Change the name of the team?
Well, first of all, the new building, that's years.
Okay,
down the
but
line.
I'm saying,
Kawhi might not be on
you're
the
talking
team.
about a culture change. It's like they've changed the culture. Now you're just saying they haven't won, and they're like, that's the official end, like when they win. Now, do I think that the Clippers are a sure thing to be in the NBA Finals or to win the championship? No, I don't.
Yeah.
I think one issue. Here's the thing about the Clippers. First of all, I've said it before. I'll say it again. Doc Rivers is overrated, but Doc Rivers is a defensive coach. He's got Patrick Beverley. He's got Kawhi Leonard. He's got Paul George.
3 great defenders.
3 fantastic defenders. Kawhi Leonard and the Toronto Raptors won the championship this year on defense. That's going to be the way they fucking go after it. They're going to be good. They're going to be
great.
good.
They're going to be real good. On paper, they're amazing.
But they also have to win, because if they don't win, they did mortgage their future. I think Shea is a great guard, and he's going to be good for a long time. Gallinari was a borderline all-star this year, despite having all of his injury woes. I mean, look, if you're a Clippers fan, you can't be sad at all about giving up Gallinari. That's just something that had to happen contractually if you wanted to land these guys.
Yeah.
Shea, look, yeah, another guy you can't cry because of what you landed, but then all of the draft picks that went with both of those guys, if they don't win, like if somebody gets hurt, or if somebody doesn't get along, or if Doc Rivers can't handle it, and we'll talk about why potentially Doc Rivers wouldn't be able to handle it, and if they, it's a coaching thing, or, again, an injury thing, whatever, they are not set up to be successful long-term if this strategy doesn't work.
Yeah, it's a very, very high risk. Now, do they have to?
I think something like 7 draft picks.
Now, do they have to go for it? Yeah, I'm all for what the Clippers did. I think what Jerry West did, the guy's amazing. Like you said, undefeated.
Now, there is also this like conversation about Paul George just signed. So now players are just like, we're just letting players just go like, yes, I signed with you, and the mayor's announcing it as Paul George Day, and you're demanding a trade a year later.
Yeah.
Like at some point you have to be able to look at this, because the thing in the NFL is, and I hate the fan that's like, you signed your contract, fucking play for it. It's like, dude, if this guy shreds his knee, the team doesn't give a fuck. He's
Well,
whatever. Or if
basketball to football's apples to
right,
oranges.
right, exactly. That's my point. But like at some point, you got to be like, yo, fuck you.
Yeah.
We maxed you out
Sure.
and have a whole strategy around this. We weren't that bad. We made the playoffs. You just signed this contract. You're going to demand a trade?
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of things going on here, and first, because I do want to talk about the Thunder, but before we do that, you kind of alluded to it. An interesting take. Shout out to our boy Tug Coker, because he sent this thread to both you and I. Paul George used to date Doc Rivers' daughter. He cheated on his daughter with a stripper in Miami. So this is a very interesting dynamic. This is like tabloid shit. I'm sure our boy Robert Littell at Black Sports Online, I've seen it. He's having a fun field day with this, as he should. But these are some facts here. So now Paul George is going to be coached by the guy who he cheated on his daughter with, a fucking stripper.
Yeah. Meanwhile, the Oklahoma City Thunder fans and executives and whatever is like, oh, you just found out Paul George is a scumbag? So did we.
Yeah.
And welcome to the fucking club. Paul George, kind of a fucking piece of shit.
Yeah.
Like, I'm all for these guys, like, the conversation of like, hey, I just got to do what's best for me. It's like, this isn't a best for you situation. Like, being maxed out in the NBA is the best you can do. Like, championship isn't like a best for you. Like, it's a perk. And like everybody wants to be on a great team. But that's not like I got to do what's best for me conversation. And Paul George obviously, feels that way in relationships as well. He's like, oh, I was with somebody, but fuck you. Somebody better came along. And look, Doc Rivers.
It's very LA of him, by the way.
Yeah.
It's the most LA shit ever. That's why they say nobody can settle in this town, because you're always looking for something better. I don't know, man. I also think, is there something to be said now? Paul George wanted out. Kevin Durant didn't stick around. Now, I know James Harden was traded, but do some of these guys not want to play with Russell Westbrook?
Oh, I thought you were going to maybe talk about, like, Oklahoma City culture, because I was going to say, Andy, that they fucking sell that fucking place out. Those fans love that place.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, their players are like, we're fucking out of here. So as far as
it's also Oklahoma City,
right? But I'm just saying, as far as like worrying about like, oh, there's not enough fans, that like that doesn't seem to be doing as much for these guys as you would think. Like, oh, the fans are fucking turned. Like Paul George, like, peace. I had 1 year of it, Look, do players want to play with Russell? What about Russell Westbrook makes you think that guys would want to play with him?
That's why I'm asking. I don't know.
His like usage is out of control. He's a fucking, he's another example. Like I've always criticized Kyrie. He's a 2 playing the 1. He demands the ball, demands to be in charge of the ball all the time. He's the triple double chasing, and how does that actually translate into winning? And then you got Melo came, and then Melo went, and Paul George came, and Paul George went, and Paul George probably was more valuable to that team last year than Russell Westbrook, but Russell Westbrook gets all the attention, and Russell Westbrook's the one that's fucking jawing with guys on the other team, and yeah, like, Russell Westbrook. The thing about Russell Westbrook is, like, I don't think Russell Westbrook is hiding what Russell Westbrook is. Like, I don't think Russell Westbrook's playing the Kyrie card where he's like, yeah, I want to come in there and be a leader and change. He's like, everybody knows what I do, right? Like, I'm Russell Westbrook.
Will he be on the team come opening day next NBA season?
I
saw some stuff about him going to Miami.
I'm leaning toward no. But I could also see them like hanging on to him and like using him as a bargaining chip. Like using like the year approaching and as teams are because everybody's trying to form a super team, right? So what do? Like Miami, everybody's talking Miami, everybody's talking New York, everybody's talking about like this is why the thing with the Lakers is so weird. Not that I think the Lakers would be greatly improved by like going like Russell, LeBron, Anthony Davis, but like they sat and waited for Kawhi to potentially come, and then when he didn't come, they started handing out weird fucking contracts to people that like no one was giving contracts to.
Excuse me?
Like why does
Excuse me? Can we just revert back to last episode? I said the Lakers should sign DeMarcus Cousins.
You said they should sign him for $100 million.
Okay.
They signed him for 3.5. So that was yeah.
Okay. Well, I might have been off a little on the numbers.
He got paid less than JaVale McGee.
I know. I might have been off a little. I'm not an economist. I don't claim to be that. I'm just a guy spitting his hot takes over here on a couch in Venice Beach. I'm glad they signed him. I like it.
Yeah, great. Good for them. But also, why
Low risk, high reward.
But like JaVale McGee? Did they need JaVale McGee again?
Off the bench, man.
Terrible signing.
Bring
if you
some
ask me.
energy.
And Rondo, again, like I actually like the Danny Green signing. Like LeBron needs shooters. Danny Green's a fucking shooter. Like, I'm into that. KCP again?
Yeah, I don't like that at all.
Yeah, Quinn Cook, at least he can shoot.
I like the Quinn Cook signing.
Sure.
So right now, if you look at the Lakers roster.
But my point is this, is like they waited on Kawhi and then they panicked and gave out all that money. It's like, again, Russell Westbrook, maybe not the ideal thing, but like the way the league is going now, just because a guy is under contract doesn't mean he's not coming to the Lakers, right? Like if Paul George is 1 year removed from signing his contract and he's going to the Clippers with Kawhi, who does that rule out in coming to another team?
Nobody.
Exactly. So if you're the Lakers or any other team where you already have like the makings of a super team in place, why are you handing out contracts at all? They don't have to fill out their roster until whenever. Oh, you're worried somebody's going to fucking take Kentavious Pope off the fucking... Sounds like a STD. Oh, you got the KCP? Oh.
I think I got that in Mazatlan, Mexico.
It's just crazy to me. Like, again,
The KCP. Or it sounds like something you smoke in
if
Florida.
Russell was, how about this from the Vegas odds?
I got high on some KCP.
If Russell Westbrook had joined the Lakers, and it's Russell Westbrook and Anthony Davis and LeBron, do you think that they're the Vegas favorite?
I actually don't like that.
No, I don't like it from a chemistry standpoint either,
Yeah.
and a basketball standpoint. But like, you're still talking about talent. You still would rather have him over Rondo, right?
I don't know.
I mean, you would.
I don't know.
But again, you're not an economist, so you're not factoring in.
I'm not even talking about money. How are they all sharing the ball? I just don't know.
Maybe Russ could play the two like he fucking should. Catch and shoot a little bit more often.
He got to learn. He got to shoot better though. He doesn't shoot at a high percentage.
Because he's shooting off the fucking dribble all the time. His usage is out of control. He just runs himself ragged and shooting threes. That's why, guess what? Steph Curry ain't the point guard of the fucking Golden State Warriors. Steph Curry's not bringing the ball up. Steph Curry's running off fucking screens and banging threes.
I think people are forgetting, especially in this town, the Clippers, again, they're starting five, probably better than the Lakers starting five. But I think people are also forgetting, the Lakers have two of the top 5 players in the NBA right now.
Yeah.
2 of the top 5.
And,
Clippers probably have 2 of the top 8.
Right.
So they're pretty comparable. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. They just have a deeper team.
Deeper team right now. We'll see. Somebody did call about Russ going to the Knicks. Do we want to play this?
Sure. I mean, if you want me to fucking get, I'm not going to get angry because whatever. But if you want to play it, sure. Why not?
Well, I don't have to play it because you already kind of mentioned it.
Yeah, I mean, this is a sort of typical, like, I would not be surprised at all if the Knicks fucking mortgaged their shit to get Russell Westbrook because
Yeah.
that would be such a Knicks move. Like a guy who they think is fucking the answer, but everybody's leaving him and nobody wants to play with him, and he's the kind of guy who comes in and just plays well enough with the trash that's around him to like get you a fucking 7 seed in the East. But like that's can't be what your goal is.
Yeah.
So it would be horrific. It would be anti everything that the people who stupidly are saying the Knicks are trying to build slowly. They're not. They just duffed on all the free agents. It would be against even all that. It would be so dumb.
Yeah.
Of course, I could see it happening.
Yeah.
Of course, it would be. I would actually stop being a Knicks fan for that one. I would stop being a Knicks fan if they mortgaged future picks and current assets to get Russell Westbrook.
That would be it.
Yeah, that would be it. For sure. I'd be like, fuck you guys.
Don't talk to Andy Lazarus about that.
Why?
Because his take is that he was giving me, you can't ever, no matter how shitty your owner is, we can bring him on here to talk about this too. You can't ever give up on your hometown team, no matter how bad the owner is, which I think is a terrible take. Trying to tell me yesterday that Mike Brown of the Cincinnati Bengals was comparable to the Warriors. I said, there's no way you had 27 to 28 years of just.
I mean, they did, but then they also got a new owner and changed everything. So it's a lot like your Clippers argument. It's like the culture changed when they got a fucking new owner who was like, hey, we're not going to be the fucking Warriors anymore. I just threw a bunch of money at Jerry West. He's going to come and fix the team. And guess what? He did. Because that's what he does. That fucking lanky-ass West Virginian hick fuck is going to make the goddamn Clippers champs.
Yeah. And if he
Which, congratulations to fucking Chris Wilde. I'm happy for him. Hope Stan Tripoli fucking gets cancer from actually watching basketball for
why
the
is
first time.
Sam coming at you so hard on Twitter?
Because Sam is in mid-meltdown. He's going at everybody. He's calling everybody garbage.
I saw that.
Everybody.
Everybody.
He's Owen Benjamining for sure. And also, I think the pendulum, like the equal and opposite reaction. He was so far over here when he knew in his heart that Kawhi was going to the Lakers, and he was like, you should see him tweeting like, "I'll stop watching basketball.
I
Super
saw
teams are everything that's wrong with it. Kawhi's a bitch if he does that." But then meanwhile, when Kawhi literally proves his exact point, which is
Super team.
there's no way to compete without a super team.
Yeah.
I'm not going to the Clippers unless you create a super team.
Yeah.
He's suddenly fine with it. So he swung all the anger and everything and animosity he had toward everybody when he was definitely going to the Lakers. He had to get rid of that energy somewhere else. So now everybody that said Kawhi wasn't coming to the Clippers is garbage.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, again, if you go to the Turn Down for Never boys who added me to their chat, it's a group of dirtballs. They added me to a chat of them, and they're like, we started this, and we just thought we'd invite you and see what happened. The first thing they said is, where do you think all the free agents going? And you can see that on May 22nd. Kawhi to L.A., Clippers, Clay back to Golden State, Kyrie to the Nets. I said KD back to Golden State or possibly in New York. Middleton back to Milwaukee. Butler, I don't know. 4 to 5 ain't bad,
Tripoli, here's the problem with Tripoli. But he did not acknowledge my tweet back at him being like, oh, you're going to start watching basketball, which I know you and I keep hitting him with. You can't have a discussion with him about this stuff because he doesn't watch the games.
Right.
Like plain and simple. Like, it'd be like me trying to go on his tinfoil. He knows conspiracy theories. I don't. Like, I casually see a few. But he's not watching games.
Right.
He's not sitting through a Indiana Pacers first-round playoff game.
I go to 2 to 3 Clippers games a year with Chris Wilde. Sam Tripoli has been on Chris Wilde's podcast. Sam Tripoli and Chris Wilde know each other and have worked together. Never happens that he's like, hey, dude, I'm also here. Let's fucking let's hang out. Let's get a beer. Like, I follow him on everything. How many times a year is he posting from being at Clippers games? How many times a year is he posting that he's watching? How many times is he screenshotting the Clippers thing on TV? Like, I actually am excited for Sam. He will probably suddenly watch Clippers games.
Yeah.
That's exciting. Instead of yelling at people like on the patio of the Comedy Store or whatever he spends his life doing, fucking maybe he'll watch Clippers games. And good, he deserves it. But like, don't call me garbage when, like, again, I'm a fucking Knicks fan. He's from New York. He's a Patrick Ewing guy. He's a New York. He abandoned the fucking Knicks. I'm still watching trash Knicks basketball. I'm still fucking forcing dirtballs to give me their fucking NBA League Pass fucking sign-in every year so I can watch the goddamn trash-ass Knicks through the All-Star break. I've watched more full Knicks games than Sam Tripoli has watched minutes of Clippers games. I'm confident making that fucking claim.
Start to finish.
But good for him. Hope they fucking win. Hope they win.
I don't.
Because if they don't,
fuck the Clippers. I want them to suck forever. But my Clippers take is like the Browns. Like, I want the Browns to just suck forever. To me, there's something about that one team the team or teams in each league that just sucks forever. I kind of like that. Like, I like that the Clippers are the bitch of LA, the bitch of the NBA. Same thing for the Browns. I'm taking the exact same approach to the Clippers that I am with the Browns. Of, cool, you got all these great players. You're still playing in Cleveland, bro. Baker Mayfield's doing nonstop fucking social media stories that he just got married. Which, why are you getting married at that age? Like, fix your life. What are you doing?
because he's in love, Andy.
Hope you had a prenup, bro. Hope you had a prenup. I wanna just put out something though before we proceed the show. I wanna offer an apology. We've had a lot of NBA talk, and you and I have both done this. So I want to apologize on behalf of both of us. We have used the term owner multiple times on this episode, and
As an owner of the team?
yeah, and Adam Silver has now gone on record, and we've been meaning to talk about this for probably a couple weeks. He has been on record now saying that the NBA is now in favor of using the term governor.
Why? Were any of these guys elected officials of the team?
No, they weren't, but it's racially insensitive
Is it?
to a league where 3/4 of the players are black. You can't use the term owner because apparently the term own only is associated with slavery now, as in owning slaves.
Huh.
Yeah.
Fascinating.
So Adam Silver has quoted. This is
Adam Silver's a cuck bitch, and I'm done talking about this fucking story.
No, I want to repeat it. I want to repeat what he said. And I've agreed with most of the things Adam Silver has done. I don't agree with this. He says, I don't want to overreact to the term because I said earlier, people end up twisting themselves into knots avoiding the use of the word owner. But we moved away from that term years ago with the league. We call our team owners governors of the team and alternate governors. You cannot make this shit up.
So the governor's box is the if you go to the game, if you go to an NBA game and they say you're sitting in the governor's box, do you think you're sitting with the guy who purchased the team, or do you think that suddenly the state governor is going to be in the fucking box with you? It's fucking stupid. It's cuck bullshit, bitch shit. Fucking
Michael Jordan, but what do they call Michael Jordan? Because Michael Jordan, is a black man, is the owner of the Charlotte Bobcats. I think this shit is the most ridiculous, and also it's disrespectful to somebody like a Michael Jordan who fucking didn't come from anything and became a billionaire and became an NBA owner. So to say that you can't call him an owner is the most ridiculous shit. And you know what a lot of this shit stems from? Do you remember Draymond Green a couple years ago bitching about it?
No, I don't, because I imagine that unless you make me fucking talk about it, that my brain does a fantastic job of blocking out any nonsensical headlines.
But this isn't a headline. This is something they're doing.
Who cares? I don't own an NBA team, and nor do I give a fuck what Adam Silver calls NBA owners. And honestly, okay, so they're going to stop saying it on fucking broadcast? Yeah, I heard Phil Simms was going to stop saying Redskins fucking 10 years ago. Guess what? No one else did. Also, I don't give a fuck.
I agree.
We're not going to stop fucking saying it. So there you go.
I think the problem, though, Joe, is my concern is just not just the NBA. It's like, where are we headed as a society?
We're already there, bro. We've arrived. We've fucking arrived. By the way, remember the fucking racial joke I started last night? This is the tamest racial joke of all time. I did a joke that fucking black people don't pay their cell phone bills. Like, it's not. It's like if somebody said that at a fucking comedy club in the '90s, no one would even blink. Somebody said it, and that was the point. The point is, like, I'm not even fucking. It's not really that edgy, but everybody's like, huh, because it's like, what? A comedian's making a fucking joke. The joke was about, like, because we got complaints that it was an all straight white male show.
Yeah.
And, like, it's dumb. We're already there as a society. But, like, the thing is, if you don't get riled up about it and you don't cater to it and you don't fucking cave to the pressure, it really will have no fucking effect on you. Because guess what? Like, you don't police. That's the beauty, if you're listening to this, that's the beauty of you being a fan of the Dirty Sports Podcast and not having to only listen to ESPN radio anymore. There was a time where that was your option. You get in your car, you listen to fucking sports radio. It's like, for a long time, there wasn't even ESPN radio.
Yeah.
You had your local sports station, and that was it. Maybe you lived in a place that had multiple markets. You know, maybe you lived between Philly and New York. You had 2 stations. Maybe you lived between whatever. Maybe you lived in New York or L.A. where you had, like, 2 options. Now you get ESPN radio and the other option. But that's the best part. You have us. We're not calling anybody the governor because that's fucking confusing. I'm not going to refer to anybody as a governor. So enjoy the Dirty Sports Podcast, where owners will always be owners as long as they're owning things.
Yeah. What does Adam Silver call himself? I think commissioner is a derogatory term.
Certainly to the Joker and all the other people at Arkham Asylum who fucking Commissioner Gordon has fucking thrown in, a mental institution.
It is. It's derogatory.
Yeah.
I don't think he should call himself commissioner.
I don't think so either.
I think it's also offensive to the.
Also, what's he commissioning?
Yeah.
Exactly. He's apparently the board. He's apparently just the leader of the board of governors. Who gives a shit? You know what they should call him? You know what they should put on his fucking door at the NBA league office? Cuck bitch.
Much better ring to it, by
Yeah.
the way. Cuck bitch.
I'm sorry. I know he's got a busy day. Is Cuck bitch in? Emperor Cuck bitch? Especially since he looks like the fucking emperor from Star Wars. Old bald-ass fucking AIDS face.
Brano, I'm not going to get worked up. Proceeds to get worked up.
Because you forced me to do these things. I was like, can we stop talking about this?
See, Brano, that's where I have my ability. That's my little ability I have to get you a little worked up. Yeah, we can stop talking about this because it is completely and utterly ridiculous. I want to do a quick announcement before we talk Major League Baseball. Amarillo, Texas, because it's related to baseball. Joe Prano and I will be there in the state of Texas, August 16th through the 21st. I got a ton of DMs. I don't know if you did. Everybody wants to know, when are you coming to Arlington to see the Rangers? When are you coming to Houston? Real quick, to reiterate, we will be in Amarillo August 16th and 17th. Then we get in our car and we'll drive south to the Dallas-Fort Worth area. We will see a Texas Rangers game on, I believe it's Monday, August 19th. On Tuesday, August 20th, we will be in Houston to see the Astros. So 19th, Arlington, 20th, Houston. Fly back to L.A. from Houston the 21st.
Dirty Sports DirtBall Caravan. Join us on the roads, the highways across Texas.
And if you want to hang out with us in our suite at the Sod Poodle game in Amarillo, it's $75. It gives you access to the suite. It gives you food during the game, and you can finger my butthole. Whatever you guys want to do, it's all included in the $75.
Except the fingering the butthole part with me. That is not
Okay.
included.
So DM us.
I
Let
might
us
not
know.
even talk to you, but I probably will.
Yeah. DM us. Let us know if you're interested in meeting up in Amarillo. And it's not that far. We're flying into Albuquerque. We're
Yeah.
actually driving.
Yeah.
So
And we had talked about, we were like, we basically decided to fly into Albuquerque because it was the cheapest. But
Yeah.
what I told you is I said, look at the prices from Oklahoma City. Look at the prices from, like, Colorado Springs. Look at the price. Like, there's a bunch of shit that's 4 to 5 hours from Amarillo. You throw a 5-hour radius around Amarillo, you're hitting a better part of that fucking country.
yeah.
So if you're in any of those states, come on down. And if you're driving from New Mexico, or you're driving from Colorado, or you're driving from Oklahoma, start in Amarillo and fucking caravan with us down to Dallas and then Houston.
Yeah.
We're going to Dallas. We're going to Houston. We're going to El Paso. Woo!
It's a great Howard Dean reference for anybody catching it. Did you see Jonathan
Who I
Luke?
believe was the owner of a state. No, he was the governor. I don't know. I can't. Or was he a senator?
I think he was also a CB cuck bitch.
Yeah.
Did you see Jonathan Lucroy get leveled?
I did see that. Yeah.
What do we make? What do we make of
Unfortunate.
this?
Seems like
Fair or foul?
fair.
Now they, upon instant replay, this is during tonight's Angels-Astros game, they said that the run didn't count and he was called out.
Yeah. No, he's out because you just can't do the contact shit anymore. But it seemed pretty it didn't seem to me like the way he was like leaning forward and he was sort of out of control. Didn't seem to me like he was trying to truck him.
Yeah.
It seemed to be
Not a Ray Fosse, Pete Rose.
yeah, it
incident.
seemed to be a very bad circumstance that occurred at home plate with the way Lucroy moved to get the ball, the way the Astros guy slid or didn't slide. Just seemed like a whole bunch of things. So I would, if you want to call him out there because we're not doing, brain-crushing injuries anymore, and, obviously Buster Posey lost a whole season after getting trucked, and that was like the beginning of the rule. I'm fine with calling him out there, and especially, baseball being a 162-game season, in the course of the year, that one run is not going to necessarily make or break anybody's season. I think that in those situations, you have to look a little bit at intent, especially coming into a playoff situation. If that run is or isn't going to, change an entire season. But I certainly think that the league should be pretty gentle if there's any sort of suspension coming, because I just don't think that you can suspend a guy if he's not intending to do it.
Yeah. I agree. I don't think he's trying to break the guy's nose and
No.
knock him the fuck out. It was a bang-bang play.
Yeah.
It happens. Can we talk about these Reds uniforms?
Yeah.
What do we think? The Reds wore these throwback sleeveless. Yasiel Puig, he's a fucking inside linebacker.
Yeah. I'm not sure Yasiel Puig didn't juice up and work out prior to taking the field specifically for knowing this was going to happen. This is a guy who looks like he was like getting swollen before the game.
I think a bunch of Reds are on PEDs at this point.
Yeah.
Did you see the picture with Dietrich and
No.
Michael Lorenzen?
No.
They were doing the Rambo, I believe. Or was it Rambo or Predator? What was this?
Yeah. I believe that was Predator.
Look how ripped Dietrich and Michael Lorenzen are.
Yeah.
And that was also, I tweeted this out. By the way, shout out to Chad Cutter who caught this. And by the way, this thing got a little traction on some of the news outlets. The clickbait ones. He's trying to pronounce. Dude, you got there on the head. Did you watch this?
No.
Jim Day, who's like the sideline reporter guy for the Reds, is trying to pronounce Arnold Schwarzenegger. But he didn't say it like that at all. Dude, you got to listen to this. You guys throw on the headphones. This is so funny. Because he says it slow, and Cutter's like, dude, he just completely dropped the N-bomb.
Is this like when Siri tells you to turn on La Cienega, and you're like, Siri, chill. See it? You see a what?
Yeah, it's that's exactly what it is. Let me play this.
Check out Lorenzen and Dietrich.
Hold on. Let me turn it up. All right, let's try this again.
Check out Lorenzen and Dietrich. Remember the movie Predator? Carl Weathers and Arnold Schwarzenegger made this.
Dude, that's pretty bad. Let me rewind that. That's pretty bad.
Carl Weathers and Arnold Schwarzenegger made this shot.
It's so
not great.
bad.
It's not great.
Bro. Cutter texted me. He's like, never go hard R.
Yeah.
By the way, Dietrich is just awful. I think since he was on that pace for 50 home runs, he's hit like 1 home run.
Yeah.
2 home runs.
Surprise. That's why they call it a cycle.
One of the
I think he started his next cycle specifically for the Reds. Were probably like, dude, we need to get him back on the juice. And they're like, what if we go sleeveless uniforms? He's like, I'm in. It's like,
there's this great video. Oh, I forget your name. Dirtball from Seattle. There's somebody made a YouTube video of Dietrich pimping home runs with different rap songs. It's so fucking funny because he's like the worst at it. And he's been hit by more pitches than. Have you followed any of this?
No.
So, well, of course you haven't. I'm the only guy watching fucking Reds games. So Dietrich has been hit by more pitches than anybody in baseball, and it's not even close.
yeah.
Because he's all over the plate.
Right.
And the joke is like he'll get beamed, and then he'll stare down the pitcher where they're like, I was watching which Reds game was I watching? I forget, but it was it was an away broadcast team, so it wasn't the Reds, and that's what they were saying. They're like, this guy crowds the plate, gets beamed, and then he wants to fight everybody.
Yeah.
Like, dude, what are you doing? He's on that juice, bro.
Yeah.
He's got that roid
I'm
rage.
telling you, he's putting that clear in his hair. I think he gels his hair back with the clear.
Oh, the clear! I haven't heard that for a minute.
Yeah.
Was that who's using that? Like Manny?
Yeah. I'm telling you, back in the day, I think Chase Utley was gelling his hair back with the clear.
Remind me, and everybody who doesn't know, remind everybody what the clear does.
I don't know. I think it was just like a rub-on steroid or something like that.
Yeah. You just rubbed it on your body.
I don't remember. Yeah.
I'm gonna start using the clear before we play pool volleyball, man.
How much more pool volleyball did you guys play after I left?
We played until
Sun went down?
we played long enough that Margaret came out and played.
Wow.
71-year-old Dr. Margaret. The mayor spiked the ball right in her face and said, "Suck it, bitch."
Did he?
No. He went full fucking meet the fuckers. Or
Meet the fuckers.
Wha-
It's like, this is Jim Gray or whatever doing. He's like, it's the old Ben Stiller movie, Meet the Fuckers. What? It's fuckers.
meet the parents.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we played forever. My feet were all cut up.
That happens.
That fucking pool, man. You have such an advantage. You notice that? Prano has such an advantage with that height, man. When it comes to pool volleyball.
Yeah.
We had some nice games.
Yeah. Yeah, it was close. We played 2 back-to-back games where
You had foreigners. Did you know we had our first? That was our first international.
yeah, where
those guys were all
there's
from
multiple
Turkey.
multiple glitter balls for the win that
Yeah.
then the other team won.
Are we gonna get back on sand volleyball? Tim was talking to me last night about that.
Yeah, I'm all about it. You know me, I love playing some beach volleyball.
Let's do it. You want to wrap this bad boy up? Let's throw
Sure.
the headphones back on and let's hear from the Dirtballs. I would also like to remind everybody that the Dirtball calls are 60 seconds. So I might be cutting some short today. Guys, I don't got all fucking day. Like, You don't gotta list everything. Just get to the point. Am I a dick for saying that, Prano?
No.
You
Why can't I hear in my headphones? Can I turn up my headphones?
I can't hear anything either. Is this any better? Is this any better?
Yes.
It's much better.
Yes. Thank you.
The reason I had that so low, I'm having issues. All of my, all the things connected into my computer are all fucked up.
Okay.
So we'll see how this sounds. This might sound a little rattly. I don't know. We'll see. This first one is going to be for Twerks because somebody's coming with a hot take about Alex Morgan. So get that mic ready, Twerks.
What's up, guys? This
See,
looks on live.
hold on one second. I got to crank this up. This is what I'm saying. All right, let's try this again.
Live.
Oh, shit. Sorry.
Jesus. Maybe
Jesus.
somewhere in between, Ruther?
Well,
Maybe a happy medium?
I told you, this thing's all fucked up. My apologies for everybody whose ear I just fucking.
Kill yourself!
All right, now I'm paranoid. Let's try this again.
Just calling because I'm wondering, do you guys think Alex Morgan is hot? Because I think she's just kind of overrated. So I'm just wondering, do you guys think she's overrated, underrated, or properly rated? Because I don't think she's really SI, cover photo girl. All right, stay dirty, boys. Thank you.
Full agree. Overrated. But listen, that's part of the. That's like, we're not judging her against models. We're judging her against athletes.
Yeah.
But like that's when the line gets blurry. Is like, and by the way, I'm totally fine when you put athletes in the swimsuit issue. There's a reason for that. It's the Sports Illustrated swimsuit issue. Why not have athletes?
Yeah.
I didn't even mind when back in the day they'd have like Reggie Miller's wife in there and shit like that. Like fine, there's a reason for that. But like, we're not on the same fucking level here.
Well,
you know what I mean?
Well, here's my take. One, let's all take a step back and let's realize a few things. One, I don't know even how to evaluate women anymore because of filters.
I mean, I think it's just still the standard 0 to 10
No,
rating
no,
scale. I think that's
but this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. I don't know how to evaluate any woman anymore unless I meet her in person. That's what I'm saying. I don't know with makeup, with filters, with Photoshop, with all this technology.
Well, you have to. Well, first of all, I mean, have a brain, and then be able to go like, I know what that person probably looks like without this. Like, first of all, Alex Morgan, you're watching her play soccer, so yeah, she's also like, give her a little bit of a bump because she's not in a magazine all Photoshop shit. That's why she looks way hotter when she is in a magazine than when she's playing soccer. But like, you can see she's out there. Yeah, she's got makeup on, but like, what do you need to see her in the fucking morning?
Yeah. I think we need to also.
Okay, well, can you not make a general assumption on what that person probably looks like without makeup?
Alex Morgan needs to sleep in my bed tonight. We don't even have to hook up. I need to just see what she looks like when she washes her face and then wakes up.
She probably looks 1 point lower than she does on the fucking soccer field.
I think she's very attractive. I think she looks very good on the soccer field.
Spoiler, fucking, if you have Charlize Theron come over and wake up in the morning, she's gonna look fucking super hot, bro. She's gonna be a 10 in the morning.
I don't know anymore, man.
I
don't like. I'm being serious. I'm not even trying to make a joke here. I don't know at this point in my life. I don't know what any woman looks like, and I'm not trying to knock women. I just think there's so many cover-ups now. Like, we got to ban this filter shit, man. I've been on this for a minute now. Twerks, I know you're ready to chomp at the bit.
So are you going overrated or underrated or properly rated?
I think she's properly rated.
I think you guys are both completely wrong.
Wait, I'm completely wrong?
The clear answer here is obviously underrated.
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 She's treated as she's a supermodel already.
Yeah.
How could she be underrated?
I mean, she's a supermodel.
You
That's
could be
also great at soccer.
You could say she's properly rated if you truly think that she's basically a Sports Illustrated swimsuit model that also happens to be a world-class soccer player. What I'm telling you,
I think she can wear both hats.
what I'm telling you is, if you didn't know who Alex Morgan was, and you didn't know, and honestly, most people don't know the names of like many supermodels. I'm always going with the club. If she walked into a club and fucking, I don't know, name a fucking supermodel.
Alex Morgan,
Right, she's a soccer player.
but also a Sports Illustrated model.
But she's in sport. Yeah, but that's like saying Reggie Miller's wife was a Sports Illustrated
Yeah,
model. Just because they put her in the issue, there's also super fat chicks in the Sports Illustrated swimsuit issue now.
Yeah,
so
Joe-
let's not call Sports Illustrated end all be all. When Alex Morgan gets asked to walk the fucking runway for fucking Prada, we'll start talking about she's a model. But if Kate Upton and fucking Alex Morgan walk in, there is going to be a decided difference. That's what I'm saying. She's a super hot soccer player. Good for her.
But you know what? All this stuff is relative, man. It's like comedy. You might find somebody funny. I just think because a lot of times I'm not.
But there is there's like a science to that too. Like the way the guys, there's creepy old men that tour fucking Midwest malls and Brazilian fucking whatevers to find girls with like perfectly symmetrical faces that like do it. Like there is something about beauty's taste, right? Of course, just like music is taste. But then there's something of like, yo, the fucking Rolling Stones are on time and in tune, and like there's science to it too.
Yeah, I get that. I don't know, man. Like, take somebody like me. I think there are so many attractive women in Los Angeles. Like, so many. You and I have had this discussion before, Brano. Even from me just walking or going on a run or walking from my place to the beach and walking along the beach, I see so many attractive women. I'm like, I don't know who's hotter. Like, that Asian girl's hot. That fucking Latina girl's hot. That white girl's hot. And it's like such good diversity. My point is that I don't know who's the hottest. I don't know who looks the best without makeup, with makeup, without filters. I don't know.
But this again. So this I'm gonna go. We've done this on the show before. Basically, supermodels are NBA players, okay, and then like super hot chicks are other world-class professional athletes. It's like, yeah, fucking Steve Nash is like legit at fucking all kinds of things, But like, the reason he is on the next level is because he's 6'4" and he's in the NBA and he's like the fucking shortest dude out there. Like when Kevin Durant walks in a fucking bar, you turn like you have been in the bar with NHL hockey players and not fucking noticed. You will never be in a bar with fucking Kevin Durant and not notice. You're like, that dude's fucking 7 feet tall. That's why he's an NBA athlete, because he does things. Like if this girl walked into a fucking bar on the left, you wouldn't pass out.
This is Alex Morgan.
It's Alex Morgan. She just looks like a chick you'd
She's
see
cute,
at fucking brunch in Santa Monica.
Yeah, she's pretty.
She's super pretty.
No, I
But
agree.
you're not going to fucking freak out.
Hold on. I do agree with Prano's point here.
If Stephanie Seymour in her prime walked into a fucking bar, you'd close your dick in a door to make it stop throbbing. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I'm trying to think, though, in my life, who I've met, who I've been like, wow, I can tell you. I can tell you a few girls I've met who I've been like, she's so attractive. One was, what is her name? E's girlfriend from Entourage. Did our radio show when I used to work for Lance Bass.
Yeah.
She was one of those women in person. Emmanuel, like Chariki or however her name is. I mean, a 10. She was wearing overalls to do radio. I was like, she's so attractive.
Right.
I felt the same way about Christina Milian. Was no makeup. I was like, she is so attractive. Gwen Stefani attended a wedding reception at a restaurant I used to work at. I felt the same way about her. I was like, Gwen Stefani is gorgeous. Like, those are three women who I saw in person who I was like, they are
When I went to the Super Bowl party up in San Francisco, when I went to the Vanity Fair party, okay, Amy Adams was there. January Jones from Mad Men was there.
Yeah.
Okay. Multiple fucking what's his name? Jerry Jones was like with 12 hot fucking model chicks.
Yeah.
Whatever. Adriana Lima walked in and was like, "God, what are we doing here?" Like, this is
Supermodel.
I was like, I've told the story many times. I was like, I have to go talk to her just because I got to say I tried. I wasn't like, I need to fucking spit game at Amy Adams. You know what I mean? I'm like, she's very attractive. But, like, this is a whole different ballgame. So, like, I'm just saying, look, Alex Morgan's hot, but, like, she's hot for a soccer player. She's hot for a woman. And she's incredible for a fucking soccer player.
I think I liked your analogy of if I went to a brunch in Santa Monica, and I think that's
if you walked by Alex Morgan if you're at brunch in Santa Monica and you walked by Alex Morgan, and I was already there, and you sat down, you wouldn't be like, Prano, did you see the fucking girl in orange on the way in? You wouldn't need to tell me that. You wouldn't make me get up and go look.
Yeah.
If you saw Charlize Theron, you'd be like, why is there a superhero in the bar? Like, why is some sort of weird goddess person here? And by the way, she's not everybody's taste either, but like that's one of those people. It's like it's like undeniable. She's like super tall and super hot and super like her face is,
Like Halle Berry, I used to
Yeah.
obsess over. I know she'd be the same way in person.
This is just so disappointing.
What is disappointing though? Now,
Yes.
but here's what I find interesting with Aaron.
He's just crushed. He's just got a crush on Alex Morgan.
Which is fine, but you're with somebody, which doesn't really matter for this conversation though. You now have lived in LA. Don't you see my point of, and also Joe's point? If you walked out of my apartment now and went on a Sunday to Great White, this little trendy place across the street, I think Prano's right.
By the way, I also want to say something because I think where he's coming, he's from a place where he's crushing on this person. I've had dude, I was obsessed with Jennifer Aniston when I was in college, and I was just watching Friends all the time, and I had a crazy Britney Spears crush back in the day.
Yeah.
I remember getting super into Lost and just being like, I will die for Evangeline Lilly. But all of these people, if you don't know that that's the chick from Friends, you're not turning your head.
So you're saying it's a status thing. It's part of it.
I think it's part of it is you're like, she's super hot and I like her and whatever. But then there's just the fucking people that are so goddamn attractive that you're like. That's why I've had friends, and you've done it before, and my friend Ned does it all the time. He's like, kid up to whatever. I'm like, you don't understand. You're not even gonna have an opinion. Like if you see a chick like that in person, you're not even gonna have your body's just gonna shut down. You're just gonna be like, what is that? How are her tits so big and her face so pretty simultaneously?
I don't know, man. She's always one though. I don't know.
I know. This is what I'm saying. In person, you wouldn't know what to do.
My dick would.
I'm telling you, dude, I've told the story. I feel like I tell the story every time it comes up. Stephanie Seymour's kids went to my school. She'd walk down the halls, pick up her kids. Kids would pass out. Teenage boys are passing. Teenage boys were like,
no, she still looks good.
People seeing Michael Jackson when in his prime. She'd walk by and boys would just collapse.
I saw her last year at the Breeders' Cup.
She's 60.
She's still, my brother's got some ownership stake. I was literally standing right next to her, in that what's it called before you go in with the horses, the circle,
Yeah.
or whatever.
The winner's circle, yeah.
Yeah, she still looks amazing.
Yeah. Same thing with Christy Brinkley. I've seen her in the Hamptons. It's another the scene in fucking Family Vacation and fucking National Lampoon's Vacation. That's the shit that would happen to you if you drove by Christy Brinkley on the fucking highway. You'd suddenly just be following her car somewhere at 60.
Yeah, she's definitely on the list of 60-year-olds. I would.
You know what this list is comprised of? Supermodels. There's a science to this. Their faces are perfect.
All right. The only way to end this show, you might have to close. I think you should close that window ahead of time.
Don't worry. It's already the title of it on the thing is so ridiculous that it's not going to get me that worked out.
Somebody is trying to defend James Nolan for the New York Knicks, and he's not trying to troll. By the way, this call is very long. It's 2 minutes. I don't want to play the whole thing, so at some point I'm going to
Okay, let's do it. Should we pause it at the we should pause it and end it at the third incorrect statement that I'm sure this thing is littered with.
Okay.
This is Jew. So I hate to be the guy to call. Don't just
Dude, for the 80th time, who are you? Who is Jew?
All right, just keep going.
No, but dude, I play your calls a lot. You got.
Maybe he's saying Jude.
Tweet at me. Tweet at Dirty Sports. Instagram. Facebook. You got one of them. Who are you? I need to know.
completely laugh at me or call me a fucking idiot. So I hate to be the guy to defend Dolan, but at some point I feel like he's not the reason why the Knicks people aren't signing with the Knicks right now. Like, he's also the owner of the Rangers, right? The Rangers literally just signed the biggest free agent hockey player there was. The Rangers have been like a model franchise in hockey for the last 20 years. So I don't think it's him. And one of the things that the general manager, Steve Mills, who I think is the biggest moron of everyone, he's been with them forever, and I think he's the reason why. But he actually did an interview with New York, one of the papers, and he pretty much came out and said, like, we built this organization with black people, with Fizdale himself, Perry, because the NBA is full of black people, and that didn't work. Like, you think, like, Fizdale, the Knicks chose Fizdale.
No, keep. I got to hear how this plays out now.
All right, we're at a minute 12.
You said it's 2 minutes. Give me 48 more seconds.
Okay.
I need to see if he comes. It goes. Also, the aliens have come to the door, so I must leave now.
Over Budenholzer, like, you go back. Budenholzer's good because he has Giannis, but like Fizdale, what has Fizdale ever done besides have LeBron James say, "Hey, he's my friend. He's a great coach"? It's like they built their whole organization around the fact that, like, let's just get people that LeBron likes and Wade likes, that, like, the black community in the NBA, which most of it is there. So I feel like Dolan is, like, kind of recently stepped back and let these people do things. So I wonder, I think, Joe, you kind of touched on it. I know this is a long call, but Joe touched on it. I think the main reason why people don't want to play for the Knicks is the media. And Brooklyn, while it is in New York, the media is not a tenth of what the Knicks would be, whether it's the fans.
Okay, so
I didn't cut it off. He just literally, my phone call was like, "Fuck you, dude. You're 2 minutes." What was that cat noise in the background?
So the reason that it is James Dolan, and people always talk about this, and anybody who knows anything about the way the system is set up in New York, is James Dolan does not believe he knows anything about hockey, which is why he has said for years now that basically he hires people to run the Rangers, and those people run the Rangers. Now, James Dolan has a friendship with Isaiah Thomas. They're friends. He is the one that hired Isaiah Thomas to be the president of basketball operations for the Knicks, makes him the head coach of the New York Knicks. That's one epic fucking disaster that set the Knicks back a decade. And then you can look at the things that Isaiah Thomas did that set the team back, and it's like, well, he got hired because of James Dolan. Then James Dolan brings in Donnie Walsh, who brings in Mike D'Antoni, and he says he's going to stay out of it, but then he doesn't stay out of it, and he's still letting his friend Isaiah Thomas talk in his ear, and then he convinces Donnie Walsh that he's got to make the Carmelo Anthony deal, and he says, you're the basketball guy, and it's got to be your deal, which is like the claim that Donnie Walsh has made since that happened, but also that James Dolan says, we have to do this, but you're the basketball guy. So then, inevitably, Carmelo Anthony comes to town, literally runs Mike D'Antoni out of town, and eventually basically runs Donnie Walsh out of town. Okay? Then James Dolan brings in Phil Jackson. And now the reason that he supposedly brings in Phil Jackson is because he's sick of hearing that he is meddling with the team. So Phil Jackson comes in, and Phil Jackson demands that he has all of the basketball operations, which he takes and is terrible. But guess what? James Dolan hired Phil Jackson. The Lakers didn't hire Phil Jackson. Phil Jackson was a great basketball coach. He was also a great basketball coach because he had Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen, Shaq and Kobe Bryant. He's not Greg Popovich. The triangle's a fucking joke, especially in the modern era. He was talking about big old asses and stuff like that. So, yeah, you can blame Phil Jackson for that era, but also he got hired by James Dolan. Then James Dolan brings in these guys, and guess what? Through all of this, including up to the new guys, there's always the turmoil and there's always the question mark of how much of this is James Dolan involved in. And why does James Dolan love Isaiah Thomas? And why is he covering for Isaiah Thomas in the lawsuit? And why did he say Donnie Walsh should have control of the team, but also is forcing him to trade for Melo? And why did he hand over the team to Phil Jackson when no one else was going to? So it's always like, what part of it is Dolan? Then he's kicking great Knicks out of the fucking Garden, and he's banning fans. And people are just saying, it's like, you can blame all of these people separately, but there's only one through line. The Knicks were fucking good until James Dolan came along, and then they've been trash ever since, no matter who's the coach, who's the GM, who's whatever, because this guy always has his hand in it, and he's always, even when it works, he comes in and he fucks it up. The New York Knicks had a 2-time Coach of the Year in Mike D'Antoni, who created something called Linsanity. He took the guy who had never played significant minutes in the NBA before and has been nothing but like okay after, and caused Linsanity. And they were like, fuck all that. Like,
Is there 30 for 30 on that, by the way?
there should be.
Because how is there not? From an entertainment and interesting standpoint, just this small time frame of sports history was wild.
It, like, you can talk about it all you want, but like, he is the through line, and he is terrible, and the guys aren't signing there because now does that mean that's why Kevin Durant isn't signing with the Knicks? Look, I don't fucking know, but I know one thing: Kevin Durant didn't fucking sign with the Knicks, and LeBron James didn't sign with the Knicks when it was Donnie Walsh, and no one fucking signed with the Knicks when it was Phil Jackson, and all the coaches, dude. The Knicks have tried every Hall of Fame coach in the history of basketball. They've had Lenny Wilkins. They've had Don Nelson. They've had Larry Brown. They've fucking tried it all, and they have Mike D'Antoni. They had Pat Riley, but like they have been essentially since the Pat Riley era ended, fucking trash. And James Dolan is the through line. And guess what? Guys aren't fucking signing there.
Yeah. There is a Linsanity movie.
I don't think it's a 30 for 30. I think there's a doc. There's like a Netflix doc or something like that.
Yeah. I want a 30 for 30. Narrated by Yoshi Obayashi.
I mean, let's like if you go to James Dolan, let's look up his fucking Wikipedia. He serves as the executive chairman and CEO. He's not the owner. He's the governor.
The governor.
Sports management.
By the way, you know what's as you do that, governor sounds more racist because it reminds me of like the southern like colonial plantation, like meet the governor, like like with that accent, like the governor is gonna come and say some fucked up
Andy,
shit.
if you were to point at like the very last time
The Knicks were good.
the Knicks were good, like good, what would you point to? Like if you had to say this is the moment that like it's been That's where it peaked, and it's been downhill since then.
Well, again, would they make the NBA Finals against the Spurs in 98 or 99?
99. So the second paragraph of the Wikipedia page for James Dolan under sports management. Under sports management, the second paragraph starts, in 1999, Dolan was given an increased role in managing Cablevision's sports properties and is now the primary manager of these assets. Coincidence?
So basically, what you're telling me is
The second James Dolan took over as the owner of the Knicks was the last time that they were good at basketball?
this is why you and I are paired together, because the second that Mike Brown took over for his father, Paul Brown, of the Cincinnati Bengals, they've never won a playoff game since. That was 1991. It's the exact same situation. It's wild. Yeah. And you're right. I agree with you. The connection is Dolan. Through the last 20 fucking years. They have done nothing. They've won how many playoff series?
1?
2? Maybe?
Yeah, 2. They made an Eastern Conference Finals with fucking Melo and Amari Stoudemire and lost to the fucking Paul George, Roy Hibbert. And they didn't even make that. Wasn't even the finals.
Semi, dude.
Yeah, it was the semi. So that was the fucking second round. They won a fucking they won 2 first-round playoff series.
Yeah. Hotline is 310-359-8365. Shout out to Xander Royal. I see it's his 21st birthday.
Yeah, Xander.
Get lit, fam. Yeah, here's what you do, Xander. You get some White Claw. That's what I'm talking about. That's some white girl shit. Well, what is White Claw? I still don't even know. Like, what is White Claw?
It's spiked seltzer.
Some would say it's God's nectar.
It's alcoholic liqueur.
Yeah,
basically.
it's like a hard seltzer. So sparkling water, a little bit of flavor, and 5% alcohol. Low carbs, high alcohol, man. I've sold it a
It's
million
not
times.
that
on
low
this show.
carb though. It's 100 carbs a gallon, or it's it's low carbs, I guess. Not
100
low
calorie.
calories.
Yeah, 100
It's
calorie.
sparkling water that has alcohol.
Correct.
Yeah.
Dude.
It's like a vodka soda. You know what I mean? Like if you don't like sugar, the sweet stuff, which I don't.
Then drink a vodka soda. I mean,
It comes canned, Andy. Don't die on this hill. It's a dumb hill to die on.
I'm really wanting
Vodka
to.
soda. Now he's got to get vodka. Then he's got to get soda. Then he's got to drink the soda fast enough before it goes flat. Then he's got to ice every fucking cup of vodka soda.
Yeah, and if you want a really good time, you just bring your own little water bottle of vodka,
No,
chase it with the White Claw.
Well, hold on. And then have sex in my apartment and deny it.
Yeah, that's a hell of a 4th of July celebration.
Hold on a second. It's 5% alcohol.
5%.
This is the hill I'm ready to die on. I've just decided. Okay, so let's play this out.
That's what beer is, by the way.
Yeah. So let's play this out. You want to drink actual fucking liquor? Dude, I got a fridge.
What? Are you having a stroke?
No, I'm saying pour yourself drinks, and it's a way higher % alcohol as well. And that bottle of fucking whatever you want. You want the cheap liquor, you want the Sky Vodka, or you want to pay for, Belvedere, whatever the fuck you want. Grey Goose. I don't know. I'm just like.
It's not really though. It's 40% alcohol in a like vodka is 40% alcohol.
Correct.
Right? So, yes, if he was drinking a pint of vodka, it would be 8 times stronger than a pint of
This is my point. This is my point when it comes to all this shit.
Typically in a mixed drink,
Okay,
you're putting 2 ounces of liquor, according to a bar, recipe.
Well, this isn't a bar. This is the Smut Studio
Okay,
bar.
so let's double it. Let's call it 4 ounces in a 12-ounce drink, right? So now a third of your drink is 40%. So divide 40 by 3.
No. First of all, just fuck this shit. I'm just gonna
You're
say.
looking at 13% alcohol.
This is what I'm gonna say. This is what I'm gonna say about all you fucking pussy ass White Claw drinking bitches.
You're
out there.
basically saying don't drink beer
No. But this is what I'm saying.
or
My
red
issue
wine.
with White Claw is the same issue that I have with people who drink the fucking Ultra, or the people who drink their Jack and Diet Coke. You're drinking alcohol. It's bad for you. Just fucking man up. It's like me going to fucking McDonald's and ordering a double cheeseburger with a salad. No, just own it. I know the cheeseburger's bad for me. It's this weird culture of like, dude, it's alcohol. It's literally killing brain cells.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean it has to be bad for you in the like sugar sense or the carbonation or like the carb sense.
It's just such a like, it's lame. It's like when I see Michelob, like when you see.
But I mean, I literally drink Miller Lite because I drink 12 of them. Like, you know.
I don't have a problem with Miller Lite, but it's like the Michelob Ultra. It's like you see, I don't get
But Michelob Ultra is just the modern day version of Miller Lite. Like at one point, somebody created light beer because it's like tastes great, less filling. And then when the light beer fad was like everybody's got a light beer, somebody had to come in and go, no, this is ultra light beer.
Dude, it's lame for men to do that shit. So sorry, Aaron. I'm gonna go against you on this. I'm gonna go against. I know my little brother does that shit too. It's like that's the first time I saw. I'm pretty sure it was White Claw when I was back home, and I'm like, what the fuck are you drinking?
But also, like,
this is coming from somebody who doesn't even.
But
drink.
also credit a guy who doesn't give a fuck what you think, Mr. Fucking Puerto Rican haircut. Like Jesus, let him just fucking do him.
No, he can do him. But I'm just saying, just fucking drink Miller Lite.
Why?
I also hear your argument though about just making drinks in here, but I mean I gotta admit, there's something so satisfying about the can. Like you drink it and then you know what you do? Crush it, and you're just like, just crush that. And
Yeah.
it's just like it just feels good.
Yeah, but
It's
my
therapeutic.
but my point again, it goes back to like, and part of my problem is the ad.
Maybe you should have been drinking White Claws back in the day instead of being a fucking Jack and Coke guy. You wouldn't have woken up on the fucking sidewalk bleeding from the ear. Maybe Aaron knows that, you know, he likes to have fucking 20 of something. Like we all, like most people in their 20s do. And it's not safe to have 20 Jack and Cokes. Go fucking trotting around downtown L.A.
No shit. He also didn't know where the fuck he was off the White Claw. So what's your point?
He's alive.
I'm alive.
I mean, barely.
I'm just saying.
He lost his Uber, not his ear.
My
He lost his fucking cell phone. He lost his cell phone, not feeling in half of his face.
my point is this. I get annoyed, and a lot of it stems from the commercials. Again, this isn't just about White Claw. It's about all this campaign where they're pushing like.
This is like one of those weird things. Ruther's just like, no. He's like, there's no convincing me. He's like, I'm just not down.
No. Just hear my point. My point is like, obviously I watch a lot of sports.
This is Tokoya Organica all over again. Cut to fucking 8 weeks from now when we have a fucking. He's like, I got you guys a variety pack of White Claw. It's gonna be dope. I got it at Costco. I saw they have it. It's special.
No. Again, like girls can drink this shit all the time, but even girls. This is my point. It's like,
Sexist.
It's like, I just worked out. I'm gonna be healthy and have my Michelob Ultra. Dude, you want to be healthy after just working out? Don't drink at all.
But you're like acting as if that's not a thing, like where people like to have an alcoholic beverage, like takes the edge off. People like to drink. It's big business.
And I get that, and I have no problem with people drinking.
So you're saying if you're drinking,
just fucking go all in on it.
But you're making kale salads every day. You're not just like, I'm eating, may as well eat the fucking most delicious shit all the time.
No, that's not the. That's
literally
not the
the exact
analogy.
same thing.
It's not at all.
Why not? You're making a judgment call specifically on nutrition.
Dude, what I'm saying is, well, first of all, I don't proclaim to be this biggest health nut. I try to eat healthy. And so is
Aaron.
I also go to town like I did last night at Laz's because he had so much awesome food there.
Right.
What I'm saying is, does it really fucking matter if you have a fucking light beer versus just a regular beer?
Yes.
Does it?
Especially if you're having 12 of them. No, you're absolutely right. That's why, and I've talked about this before, because people go like, people always call me out for it. They're like, Prano, the fucking Miller Lite thing, like the beer snobs. I go, guys, no one fucking enjoys like a fucking delicious like porter or oatmeal stout more than this guy. Like, if I'm going to have 3 beers at dinner, I'm having a fucking $9 oatmeal stout. But if I'm sitting by the pool, I'm not cracking open fucking Guinness and fucking pouring them and like letting them settle, or like having an oatmeal stout, or like having some crap. I'm having 12 Miller Lights.
Yeah, but again,
Because
I think
they're-
that's different. There's a difference. I mean, we might be really.
Yeah, I'm giving up some taste for a little bit less filling, a little less carbs, a little less calories.
Dude, but this is my point. At the end of the day, for all this shit, it's like, oh, I worked out, so I'm gonna drink healthy tonight, dude. If you have fucking 12 Miller Lights or 12 Mick Ultras, you're still putting a shit ton of calories into your body. That's all I'm saying. I'm done. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, you're just putting significantly less calories in your body than if you had 12 other beers.
Can I tell you something that you're probably not gonna like?
Go ahead. It's fine.
So besides White
You
Claws,
had where else did you have sex in my apartment?
no. Besides White Claws in my house, I have the Costco sized pure gold, like the lightest Michelob Ultra you can possibly have. I have those as well.
Good.
Mix it up, Make a great red beer out of those.
I think I'm fully in support of this. Honestly, if you want to be like as healthy as you possibly can, like the answer is drinking like fucking.
No. If you want to be as healthy as you possibly can, you don't drink. There it is. There it is. These people who are health nuts don't drink. They don't smoke marijuana. They don't. They're fucking just healthy, dude. They don't eat pizza. Like, this is what I don't get. They don't.
But you're not any of those things.
I know I'm not. I'm not.
So then what are you saying?
I'm not claiming to be. That's my point.
But you are.
No, I'm not.
You're making fucking kale salads.
I'm not claiming to be the biggest health
But I'm
person.
saying you're making adjustments in your life for the sake of health. That's all that Aaron's doing. That's all anybody that drinks light beer is doing. They're getting a couple fucking.
Dude, I'm gonna have 46 Miller Lights, but no, it's just Miller Lights, man. I'm gonna have 46 of them.
Yeah, if this is the exact equivalent of you having fucking 20 slices of pizza yesterday and coming back tomorrow and having kale salads. You're like, dude, I went a little crazy yesterday. I had 3 burgers and 27 slices of pizza at Laz's. Maybe today I fucking tapped the brakes a little bit.
Oh, I can't fucking. I don't know. Whatever. Let's wrap up the show. This fucking alcohol. Dude. If I see somebody order a.
This is why you do dent reports alone, because you could just say this shit and then just be like, that's just a deal.
No.
And people who fucking do it are dorks.
So you're saying when you see that person order a Jack and Diet, it's just like, dude, the Jack is already full of sugar.
But don't even fucking get me started. Like forget the Jack. Diet Coke's gonna give you cancer. So, yeah, don't even fucking go that. But like, forget it. Yeah, getting it. We're talking about a guy who's like super fit. We're not talking about the fucking 700-pound man who gets 7 Big Macs and a 64-ounce Diet Coke at the fucking drive-thru. Kid's in pretty good shape. He's fucking.
Thank you.
He's drinking fucking White Claws and ultralight beers.
This isn't about. You're trying to make this about. This isn't just about Aaron. To me, this is just about the shit I see. It just makes me fucking laugh at the person who gets shit-faced at my pool all day. It was like, yeah, I'm being healthy because I had a fucking.
It's not being healthy. It's being healthier.
Whatever. Fucking just drink. Just go all in. Maybe because I'm an all-in dude. That's fucking, like, just fucking.
But you're not an all-in guy. You literally told me the other day that you, like, panicked and, like, were about to drive across town and just get, like, disgusting, like, dessert food at, like, Pavilions or something. You're like, I freaked out. I needed fucking disgusting dessert Pavilions. I was going to drive. It was a reckless decision. There was traffic everywhere. But then you're like, fuckboy scrambling, no cheese. You're fucking kale salading. You're drinking kombucha. It's like, are you a disgusting dessert man, or are you drinking kombucha?
But I'm not pushing. Prada, you're not.
No one's pushing it. This guy's not. He doesn't work for White Claw. He just says he fucking drinks them. Give the kid a break.
You keep making it about Aaron. A lot of my issues.
We're only talking about this because Aaron fucking drinks White Claw.
I hate the fucking commercials.
For what?
I hate these fucking commercials. That's what it is. I hate dude. They show these fucking commercials. They show these people who just like look amazing.
And now I'm craving a White Claw and a slice of pizza.
But by the way, this is what it is. They show these commercials. How do you? Maybe it's because I have cable. You see these commercials non-fucking stop.
Oh, they're trying to convince people. Yeah, I mean, this is like fucking like now you're just angry at marketing.
The guy who leaves the fucking gym, who is fucking shredded as can be, is like, yeah, I fucking I just want to fucking have a a it's always the fucking Michelob Ultra, and you're like, dude, fucking just drink.
Because that they're literally trying to market to people that way.
Oh.
I mean, literally, the fucking dude, like, this is the same people who are like, 4th of July, getting the fucking Budweiser American flag cans. 'Cause Colin Kaepernick's not going to stop me from fucking enjoying America. It's like, bro, what the fuck? Like, like, I literally saw multiple people tweet, like, I drink Budweiser on the 4th of July. Rest of the year, I'm with this guy. It's like, you just got fucking patriotically marketed to. How fucking dumb are you? Only hot dogs and burgers on 4th of July with American Budweiser that's brewed in Germany. We're celebrating the fucking World War II victory by drinking a beer owned by a German conglomerate because I'm a fucking marketing idiot.
And I hate the calorie shit. I'm sorry. I just hate that in general. I hate fucking counting calories. I fucking just work out. Just run. Just fucking run. You'll burn calories. That's another thing I'm against. This whole counting calories. I don't like it. Just fucking exercise. Just like you'll be fine. Just fucking exercise. How did we fall down this?
Because you're like vehemently anti-White Claw.
I'm sorry for letting this drag on.
Just let the kid drink what he fucking wants to drink.
All right, I'll wrap it up. Guys, that's the show. My apologies for anybody who had to withstand that. I should have saved it for Denton Report.
You should have saved it for Denton Report. Well, no one will bother you. You're just like, back in the day when I drank like a good Midwestern boy, I took my American-made Coca-Cola and I poured it in my Tennessee whiskey, and I got so blacked out that I fucking almost died. America. And I fucking washed it all down with a big vat of chili. And that's what real men do. This is a real man country.
I don't like counting calories. I'm getting destroyed in YouTube.
You're fucking embarrassing yourself.
Joe Prano, I know you're going to Tahoe this week. I'm going to miss you again, man. What's happening?
Tahoe, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I believe it's 2 shows Saturday. I don't know if they do 2 shows Friday anymore. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, definitely 2 shows Saturday and Sunday at Harvey's Lake Tahoe. It's the Improv inside the Harvey's Casino. Honestly, this is the best weekend to go to Tahoe. If you are anywhere near Lake Tahoe and you've never been, this is the best weekend to go. It's the American Century Classic Golf Tournament. All the celebs will be up there. I hung out with Barkley the last time, and Marshall Faulk, and Ray Allen came to the comedy show, and Steph Curry plays every year, and Timberlake, and Aaron Rodgers, and it's awesome, and it'll be on NBC. So watch that or come to the shows. And, so it'll be a fantastic weekend in Tahoe. And after that, we're going to the Bay Area. Monday, I'll be off. Tuesday, I'll be in Marin County. Wednesday, Oakland. Thursday, Friday in San Francisco. Saturday, back in Oakland. Sunday in Santa Cruz. So check out my website for the details of which of those shows I'll be on. Many of those shows that I will be on in the Bay Area. Andy Ruther, my 30 Sports co-host and hater of all things healthy, will be joining me on. Come and make him have a fucking, a mudslide or something so that fucking fat people drink. I don't know.
I'll tell you what, I've decided right then and there.
Just chocolate milkshakes for the rest of my life.
I love chocolate milkshakes. What I'm gonna do in San Francisco.
You don't have them for fucking breakfast, do you?
What I'm gonna do in San Francisco is I'm doing nothing but White Claw jokes for every set on stage. I'm gonna fucking own that shit. Yeah. Fuck it. I'm just gonna start drinking again. I've decided right now. I'm gonna start drinking again. I'm only gonna drink fucking, heavy beers, liquor with as much sugar and coke in it as possible.
What was your beer of choice? You weren't really a big guy, but I feel like you have Bud Light written all over you.
Well, I did go to school in St. Louis, so I was brainwashed by the Anheuser-Busch. I used to like Bud Heavy. But, I definitely had a preference to Bud Light over Miller Lite. Although Cincinnati's weird. My family's definitely mostly Miller.
Good people.
So, Walt's Miller. Walt's actually whatever's cheapest. Walt loves Yingling now. It's his.
Yeah. That's a big beer, Lehigh.
Yeah. All right, follow me on Twitter at Andy Ruther, Instagram at Andy Ruther, and yeah, guys.
I'm at Joe Prano on Instagram, at Fix Your Life on Twitter. I think I said this last episode, or maybe I said everybody, but at this point, everybody who has requested a Joe Prano Takes a Stand card has had it signed, sealed, and sent with a stamp on it. So I would say by the end of this week, if you have asked for one on Venmo and you have not received it, please slide into my DMs and let me know. And they're still available. If you're one of those people who didn't order one yet but wants one, at Joe Prano on Venmo, hit me up. Got special cards. Just put in what you want me to sign for, what you want me to sign on it, and your address. But, that's up to you guys if you want to do that. I'm just saying for the people who have ordered it, if you don't have it by the end of the week, then something went wrong.
I want to do a quick comment from Benangi. I love this comment. He says, I feel bad for the listeners who don't listen to the end of the show because obviously we went down this 20-minute White Claw alcohol debacle. I don't feel bad, for the record. Fuck them. Now that I'm on this fuck everything. What I do appreciate, though, is all you guys who do stay and listen through the calls and through me babbling on about how much I hate calories and counting calories and just eat healthy. You don't got to count your calories is all I'm saying.
Yeah, I saw a comment that said you declared war on calories.
I didn't declare war on calories. Just I've never counted my calories. You know, Joe brought up something great.
Have you ever had a six-pack?
No.
Well, there you go.
It has nothing to do with calories. It's nothing to do with calories. You even said it the other day at the pool. You're like, Ruther, Facebook sent me a memory. They love doing those fucking memories. 5 years ago, he's like, Ruther, you were fucking fat.
You were fat, yeah.
And you know what, Joe? That was 5 years ago. I'm not like in the best shape, but I'm a lot skinnier and healthier. You know why? I just started eating healthier.
That's great. But you do realize that there's a level past where you are, right? Like you're not your peak self. Am I like happy with my fitness? No. But could I be happier? For sure. Could I be less happy? For sure. And there's certainly body dysmorphia, but there are like people who are like, dude, if you counted your calories and instead of just running, you also like did ab work with weights and did other things
I agree.
that don't make you happy, you would be in even better
But
shape.
I don't need to count my calories. What I need to do is I've done one ab workout in a year and a half. I need to maybe actually do abs, do other things. I will never – I'm not going to be a calorie counter. That's – sorry. I don't like to say never for a lot of things, but I don't even know how that works. Like how do you even do that?
Well, just like anything else in your life, like the marathon or whatever, you could read a book about it. You could find it. Now, I don't do that.
The thought of cooking a fuckboy scramble and trying to figure out the calories.
I don't do that, but like this is a great example of how I worry about my calorie intake. The other day, Twerks offered me a White Claw. And I looked at it and it says clear on the back, 100 calories. I'm like, that's not a lot less calories than a Miller Lite. Like, I'm not a big spiked seltzer guy. So this isn't really, like, doing me any good in terms of the health factor, I'm going to stick with the beer. But, if you pick up 2 fucking ice cream cones in a store, you don't, like, how do you judge? What, do you just go with the wrapper? You're just going straight marketing? You're not like, oh, this one's a little bit healthier.
I just know that there's some pizza in the fridge from Abbott's Pizza, and it's calling out everybody's name. And, yeah, that's it. Guys, that's the show. Follow Aaron at DS Interns.
Yeet.
Red Claw.
Did you just say yeet?
Yeet.
You didn't have sex in my apartment. Are you sure?
Not yet. At least I don't know. I got to confirm with my sources.
I like how he doesn't know, though. That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Generally, honestly, no idea. I have to ask the girlfriend when I get home, see what she says.
Okay. All right, guys. That's the show. Thanks for sticking around, Dirtballs who did. And those of you who didn't, well, you missed the best discussion in the history of podcasting. All right, guys. We'll be back in a couple days. Have a great week. And most importantly, don't count your calories and stay dirty.